Hello everybody. My apologies, I had pizza for dinner, so my throat is feeling kind of greasy, so that's also why I had to get water. I was having audio problems with the last stream because of the microphone and having to update the drivers, so hopefully it's better now. I made some changes to the audio settings, so I'm hoping that it doesn't sound as bad as it did last stream. Thank you very much, Crystal Dragonfly. I'm glad that you're here. Let's see. So let me make sure, because I had to mess around with my stream labs settings a bit. You'll also notice that I have a new overlay. The artist Pixamochi on Twitter put up like this free overlay that they worked on, and it's gorgeous. I love it. It's um, like a cottage core, like animated type cafe vibe, which is perfect. It's exactly what I was kind of picturing with what I eventually wanted as an overlay. I think this will be kind of a placeholder. They put it up on their coffee for free, but you know, I don't like uh, just taking art for free. So, you know, I pitched in some money, just give them like a tip for the work that they do because this is gorgeous. And if you want to check out some of their stuff, highly recommend it. You can, I have their Twitter linked up on my Twitch channel here at the, if you scroll down a bit, under their credits, they'll link to their Twitter. So I highly recommend checking them out. Hello, Stickfishy. Thank you for joining today. I really appreciate it. So yeah, I think I'm going to boot up Stardew Valley here in a bit. I do recommend lowering your volume a bit. Actually, hold up. Can I go ahead? Oh, I can go ahead and I can install Persona 3. I didn't realize I could do that because I pre-ordered it, but I didn't know I could go ahead and pre-download it. Hopefully that doesn't affect the stream. The stream seemed fine when I was playing Genshin. So, or not playing Genshin, downloading Genshin, because I haven't started playing it yet. I wanted to wait till the weekend so that way we can all experience it together. And you can get frustrated at me trying to figure out how to play it for the first time. But yeah, I downloaded it yesterday, and I believe the update also went up because this whole morning was just spent downloading that update. And then I had to boot up the game for the first time to actually sign in or create an account, a Genshin account, and then unzip all the update files. And thank you so much to Winged Salix for pointing that out to me, because otherwise I would have just opened it up for the first time this weekend during the stream, and then we would have had to stare at that for a few minutes. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to boot up Stardew Valley. Can I co-op with chat on Genshin one day? Oh, definitely. That would be a lot of fun. I'm not really sure to what extent you can do co-op, because I heard that it's not like a huge like MMO based game, so that you can very much solo it. But once I get my bearings and get the hang of the game, I'd be totally down to co-op. You're at work, so I'd be looking. No problem. I do appreciate you tuning in while you're at work. Let's see. Why isn't Stardew Valley booting up? Is it because I'm downloading Persona? Should I just hold up? Okay, so it should be open now. Oh wow, this is loud. I don't know why they haven't fixed this bug. Apparently, it's just a known bug that with Stardew Valley, the menu is just very loud compared to when you're actually in the game. Yeah, you'll see that I have a lot of save files. Which one am I on? Okay, this one. Yeah, I used to play this game a lot. Okay, looks like it's loading, so far so good, and we've got an ad coming up. I'm gonna see if I can snooze that. Alright, there we go. I'll water my plants. So yeah, for those who missed last stream, it was kind of a last minute stream of Stardew Valley. I was just wanting to play it, and it was a slow day at work. Is this game good? Friends asked me to play it with them, but I'm not a fan of pixels. It depends on what type of games you're into. If you like Harvest Moon or like Animal Crossing, this is like a good mix of it. So if you're into like those type of like games where it's not like a huge like action-packed objective type game that's like lore heavy, like there is some lore in this game, but it's not like a huge like it's not like a huge point in the game. Like the lore is just kind of secondary. You just like vibing and farming and just like, building your farm. So if you like those type of games where you're just vibing, I recommend it, but I understand that it's not for everybody. Oh, hi Kitpiss. It's more of a screw around. Yeah, it's more of like a low consequence type, just do whatever you want game. Like you just kind of set your own path and objective and do it on your own timetable. Like if you miss an objective, it's not the worst because like there's no time limit to things in a sense. Like if you miss something your first year, you can always just try again next year, and everything is like cyclical. So I am making my mayonnaise. Oh yeah, for those who missed last stream, I started building my first mayonnaise machines. Got this coop built, bought some chickens, and then I just started making mayonnaise and selling it for a profit. I played it with some friends once and that's it, but it was nice from what I remember. Yeah, it's a really nice chill game. Funny enough, I have like probably dozens of hours into this game, but I've never actually played co-op. I've only done solo. And funny enough, a few people from last stream who are used to playing co-op said that they forgot how slow things are when you do everything solo. Oh, hi Jasper. Good to see you again. Let's see, how fast can I romance a tower dweller? You can romance a tower dweller? I didn't know you could do that. I thought you were just kind of like set to like the NPCs around town in terms of ability to romance. I didn't know that you could actually romance the tower dweller. I've only ever romanced Shane the alcoholic because I wanted to help fix him and I was able to do it. So that was really nice, where you can actually like fix somebody who's an alcoholic in game and help them make their lives better, even though that may not necessarily be grounded to reality. You can romance everyone? Oh, perfect. Can you even romance the mayor then? Because I know like he has like his own like tryst with what's her name? Marnie, I think? Whoever sells the livestock. Because I know they're like kind of like sleeping with each other like in secret. And then you kind of have to find... It's weird because like he like has like an open like kind of quest where you find his... I think it's either his pants or his underwear. And then you find it in her bedroom, and then you bring it to him, and they're like, "Oh, this is awkward. Please don't mention this. Discretion is key." And then it's just like, yeah. So everyone, okay. Yeah, because I only romanced Shane, and God, who else did I romance? It was Shane and somebody else, because I've only done like 2 playthroughs where I got far in. And yeah, I forget who the second one was. I think it was the character whose like design is based off of like Anna from Frozen. I forget her name. Let's see, what was I gonna do? I watered the plants, got the mayo going. I guess I could forage around a bit. Got a lot of wood. Oh yeah, my objective is to raise 6,000 gold so I can build a barn and then start buying cows to get some milk, and then I can level up to get a cheese press, and then my objective will be to start selling cheese and then mayonnaise to maximize my early game earnings. And then from there, I can just like skyrocket and just eventually take Joja Mart out of business, because not a big fan of big corporations. I want to do what I can to take them down. And if it requires becoming like my own niche agricultural market for dairy and products and agriculture, then so be it. I'm going to put the clay in the chest. I think I could... Well, I'm going to restock the hay first, and then I think I'm going to head down to the mines for a bit and explore some more. So yeah, just restock the hay. I already pet the chickens. I pet the cat. Gotta pet the cat every day. That's like... If I miss petting the cat for a day, I will probably be inconsolable. And I'll just stay in bed for a whole day in-game just to reflect on me not petting the cat. So I already checked up there. There's nothing up there for me to forage and pick up. It's really nice when I can pick up like flowers and stuff, or like fruit lying around, like grapes. And then eventually I can get like a fruit preserve. Oh, look, it's the mayor. Lewis, that's his name. Gardening is a hobby of mine, so I'm excited. Well, that's not the only hobby you have. You have other hobbies that you force the new farmer to get in the middle of, and it's very uncomfortable. That's the thing that I'm like really... I can't wrap my head around, because when I first found his underwear for him, and it was in someone else's bedroom, I was just like, wouldn't you know that it's there if you're like consistently hooking up with them? Like, why do you have to put up an open ad for somebody to find your underwear for you, or like your pants? You think at some point you'd be like, oh, I remembered that I left my pants at someone else's place, or my underpants, because I went about my day at some point leaving their place without my underwear or my pants. So I don't get it. It's just weird. Maybe I'm just coming at it from like an ace perspective, where I can't really understand how someone would forget that. Like, is that a common thing? Like, if you're hooking up with someone and you're in a rush to get out because you don't want to get caught, you forget that you left your pants there? It just doesn't make sense to me. Just gonna start mining for stone, I guess, because I want to try to get down to man, my energy is already almost halfway down. I don't have anything to replenish my health, or to replenish my energy rather, not my health. Oh man, there's already those worms. Oh cool, I can just skip it. There's already a staircase down here. Oh, there's a whole bunch of slime. Yeah, the area is overrun with monsters, you don't say. Oh, this is not good. Come on. Okay, cool. Green algae. That replenishes health, so that helps a bit. Oh, no. Not good. All I can do is just wildly swing my sword. Okay, more green algae. Perfect. I'm gonna have to eat some of that after I kill these slimes. So I'm gonna eat green algae. Yes. Okay, that really didn't give me back much. I'll probably do, like, once I get to the point where I can romance someone, I'll probably do a poll on, like, who I should romance. Because I don't think I really have a specific preference. Oh, no, this is just awful timing. Where did you come from? Why? Okay. Ah, man, and they have a lot of health, too. It takes a while for them to die. Like, I hate the little, like, flying, like, buzzing worms, whatever they are. They're probably the most annoying enemy that you can find in the mines. Man, even these slime, like, these giant slimes are pretty tanky. Oh, okay, and they form small slimes. I forgot about that. That's... Oh no, this is just not looking good. And this is only level, like, this is only floor 15. Oh man, there's another one? This is relentless. What the hell? Why is it so difficult? Like, I'm not even that far down yet. I think there's like at least 50 floors, so why am I already having so many enemies that I'm running into? Like, is it just not gonna go away until I find the actual, like, way down, or do I have to defeat all of them to find the way down? I don't really remember, because I don't see any rocks here either. So I guess I just gotta take them all out. No, I can't turn around. Wait, why can't I? Oh my god, there's another one. Okay, how is this? Ah, that was such bullshit. Oh my god. It's like he wasn't jumping out of the way, because I didn't realize that the slimes could just, the little ones could just stay where you're standing outside of my range of attack. I thought they had to keep jumping back and forth. Yeah, that was brutal. I lost 800 gold. Wow. I've never seen that happen where that early on. Normally that's like if you get deeper, because I'm only on floor 15 and it's still like, it's just really bad luck with RNG. Also, you'll come to find that I have really bad luck when it comes to RNG. It's kind of a running joke among my friends that whenever I play a video game, I always get like the worst luck of the draw, and I'm also finding game-breaking bugs that they've never seen before. Like when I played The Last of Us 2, I accidentally like ran into a bug where my arm was like clipping through my body and then going in the wrong direction, and I couldn't get it to stop doing that. And then I eventually just fell through the floor of the map. And I got it on, like, I got it on recording, and I showed it to my friend, and he's just like, how is this keep happening to you? But in this case, yeah. I mean, also, like, I don't know if you've heard of the game Disco Elysium. Like, I had to stop playing that game because a lot of that game is based off of the role of chance, kind of like role-playing aspects, and how well you like can convince somebody, or how well you can uncover something or do strength checks. It's all based on a roll of the dice, and I was just constantly failing rolls, even though I shouldn't have been. This is also why I can't get good. I just tend to constantly get like awful scenarios in video games. Oh well. The good thing about this game is that it's very forgiving. It sucks that I got 800 gold taken away from me. But I mean, I can get that back real quick. It's, like, I think within 2 nights I can get that back. And then I'll just try exploring the mines again, try my luck on the RNG, and hope that I don't run into that floor again. I think if that happens again, I'm just gonna leave. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna leave and then try the mines again on another day, because I know they're like randomly generated. At least I can sell like the slime and the bug meat and the sap, and then I have another earth crystal. So I guess that's what's fortunate, is that whatever I pick up, I don't have to leave behind in the mines if I like get overpowered by enemies. So, working on the mail, and it's 7:50 a.m. Wait, I gotta pet the cat. There we go. Got that little meow. Okay, now back to the mines, and hopefully, oh cool, spiceberry, nice, I can sell that. Hopefully I don't get my ass kicked again. Yeah, there's not really much I can do in those type of floors too, where it's just like overrun with monsters, because my sword is still on level 1. And I have to, well actually I can go to, I think it opens at 2 p.m, I think it might still be early. But the Adventurers Guild, yep, open 2 p.m. Yeah, the Adventurers Guild, I think I killed enough slime for the first quest, so I can cash that in. And eventually I'm hoping that I can, you know, get back to, or upgrade my sword, because this rusty sword, level 1 rusty sword, is just not, it's not great. Like, once I start leveling up my sword, then I can start taking out mobs of enemies a lot faster, and it'll be a lot more forgiving. But yeah, and I don't know. Eventually I'll probably do like modded, because I also never played mods for this game. I've only ever just done like the vanilla version. Oh, okay, it's because he's stuck behind that rock. So I'm gonna free him, and then I'm gonna fight him. Just get him into a corner. I guess one criticism that I have with this combat here is that it's just spamming sword swing, so there's not really a lot of excitement to it, and also you can't change direction while you're swinging. So that's what's kind of annoying, is I just have to just stop swinging and then turn and then start swinging again. Let's see, I'm gonna drop some stuff. I don't need this. I heard the game is getting an update soon, so I mean, hopefully that'll... I doubt that'll fix some of the bugs, but I mean, like, the audio bug is probably the biggest issue, with the menu being a lot louder than the actual game. And I'm excited to see what the update's gonna have, because I feel like there's also a lot in this game that I haven't really explored. Okay, I can break this apart. It's just gonna take a lot of energy. Okay, yeah, I don't know why I thought there would be a ladder under there. Ah, man, last run in the mines, I found the ladder pretty quickly. Okay, there it is. Yeah, that used up a lot of my energy. I might just need to go ahead and eat the spice berry. I can't eat the fiber. Okay, cool. Cave carrot. Yeah, that'll help a lot too. I'm gonna save that for now. I think this is the first time I actually found a cave carrot in this save file. I'm also surprised that there's no music right now. It's just like atmosphere of like being in a dark cave. I'm gonna throw this out. I'm probably gonna toss off the stone. I don't think I really need that. Yeah, the aquamarine I think is gonna be useful for selling. Okay, yeah, I don't break open the quartz, I just pick it up. See, it's 1 PM, so it's not too late. But my energy is running pretty low. Yeah, I just want to find that ladder to get down. I'm on floor 16 right now, I think. Yeah, I hope everybody's day went well. And if it's just starting, I hope that your day is... I hope that your day ends up going well. Oh no, not the worms. Is that a geode? Okay, yeah, I think my inventory is just full. Okay, so I did pick it up. Okay, but I can't really pick anything else up. I think I'm gonna go ahead and eat the cave carrots even though I'm at full health because my energy is really low. Okay, that gave me back some energy, so that's not too bad. I really hate when those worms turn into like the flies, so I'm just gonna avoid them. Hopefully I don't have to go over there to find the ladder. Okay, perfect, there it is. Right, break open this box. Okay, I don't really need wood. Let's see, I'm gonna throw away the stone. Oh no. God, they do so much damage too. I really hate these things. I wish they would just save them for later floors. Oh wait, that's not my sword. Okay, cool. I'm just gonna try to finesse my way around you so you don't turn into a fly. Some copper ore. That'll be nice. Because I think I need the copper ore to upgrade. This area's infested. No. Why? Why is this happening on such early floors? Okay. Start swinging rapidly. The bugs to the mines are out to get you. Yeah, like every single playthrough that I do, like they're just, I hate them. Like there's no strategy to it. You just have to swing your sword, turn, swing your sword, and it's just time consuming. And all you can do is just really wait it out. Like I wish there was a faster way to do it, but unless I have like dynamite or something, not really. Another earth crystal. Yeah, I don't think that. Oh, whoa, what's this? Backpack? Oh, it's coal. I do need coal. Or it's always good to have coal, but I don't want to drop anything that I have now. Okay. Please, no more flies. I think I already killed like 3 of them. Oh, come on, turn. Okay, well that is useful, so... Can I just drop? I think I'd have to trash something. Yeah, it won't let me. Okay, that works. And then I'll eat this. Gain some of my health and my energy back. Pick up the earth. Oh my god, you gotta be kidding me. Did they just like... Is there no like limit? Do they just keep respawning indefinitely if I take too long here? Oh, another one? Man, this RNG is just not doing me any favors. Okay. I don't know if I should just leave. Like, at this point, just... But then it's not going to be for a while until I can upgrade. Ah, you gotta be kidding me. This is starting to get ridiculous. It's like it hasn't even been that long since I killed the last one. Yeah, my health is super low. I'm not gonna be able to get through this. I'm just gonna leave. It's already 7 p.m. too. It's unfortunate because I can't do anything about that because I can't upgrade my sword anytime soon. Because I need to do more quests, I think, and I think I need copper. I'm gonna have to see if the blacksmith can upgrade my sword. Because the way it's going now, it's just I'm not gonna be able to do anything. Okay, so I killed... Man, killing 1,000 slime. Okay, so that dagger does more damage. So that's not bad. Sneakers, I get some defense. But I really want to prioritize getting that 6,000 so I can build the barn. So my priority will be 6,000, build the barn, and then I'll start saving up to buy better equipment for exploring the mines. Yeah, this rusty sword is just... No, the rusty sword's better though, because that was 2 to 4. This is 2 to 5 damage. Decisions. The freedom of forging my own path, I guess. And then I don't even have to do the mines like that. You can choose to do that like late game if you wanted and just start focusing on just building your farm instead of exploring. Let's see. So nothing to really sell at this point. I could take Take the quartz. Could also make some more copper. But I'll start with the quartz for now. There we go. Oh wait, I thought I had to have 5 quartz to refine them. I guess it just takes 1. That is going to take some time. Let's see. How much can I build another furnace? 20 stone, 25 stone, 20 copper. I don't think I have 20 copper. Yeah, I only have 13. Oh well, I'll leave that for now, and then I'll go to bed. Wait, actually, did I pick up the mayo? I need to make sure I don't forget to sell that. Nope, I did not. Okay, good thing. I also need to buy more hay. Man, it's tedious running a farm. It's just so many responsibilities. It's a good thing that like my farm doesn't require any bills to pay or anything. Okay, 427 gold. Especially the petting the cat every day. Yeah, just that's what brings me peace. Is just petting this virtual cat every day. Oh, it's raining. Very arduous. Yeah, it's like that Miyazaki meme. Look at you. You have no schedule. You're so carefree. Okay, what does this say? Dear August, tomorrow we're all gathering at the beach for the annual Pelican Town Luau. The highlight of the event is the communal potluck. Make sure you bring something good to contribute. I'll bring mayonnaise. That's what I'll bring. All I have is mayonnaise, and that's what you will get. This will be a mayonnaise town, and that's it. That'll be our town motto, try our mayonnaise. The governor himself is attending the event, so make sure you're on your best behavior. Oh, that's right, because it's going to be like a town soup that everybody throws ingredients into. And I'm just going to be tossing a jar of mayonnaise into this like community pot of soup. Come to the beach sometime between 9 a.m. and 2 p.m. You betcha, I'll bring my finest mayonnaise and you will all hate it. This mayonnaise does not go in soup. But I can sell these peppers. Condiments are overlooked at potlucks, truly? Yeah, for sure. Like I know that like with like potlucks and like parties and stuff, people normally go with store-bought. But I feel like if somebody was like, oh, like I made this ketchup myself that I brought, or I made this mustard, people would be like, I gotta try that shit. Like it's not store-bought, you made it by hand. Requires coal. Okay, I don't have coal. Like I'm not a fan of mayonnaise, like I've said that before. But if someone came to a party and they like brought like a jar of like, you know, like handmade mayonnaise, and that I knew that like they were legitimately like trying to make good mayonnaise, I would try it. Like not just to be nice either. I'd just legitimately be interested. Be like, I've never had like handmade condiments before. Though I do have a friend that I've known since I was a kid whose mom makes really good apple butter. And she also makes really good blueberry jam because she has her own blueberry bush in her backyard. So if anybody has never tried apple butter or blueberry jam, highly recommend it. It is quite delicious. My grandma makes jams and shit and puts it in mason jars, and I feel like 90% more obligated to try it. Exactly, yeah. Because they took the time, and it's not easy. Like it's such a long process to like make preserves, that it's like, hey, like if you're actually like taking the time and energy to do this, like definitely I'm gonna try it, because I already know it's gonna taste better than the store-bought stuff. Like I know it's gonna have like a shorter shelf life, but I mean, like apple butter on toast is pretty good. You can't really beat that. All right, so I'm gonna go get this geode processed. Man, I really wish I didn't lose that 800 gold. That's like 2 days worth of gold gathering. All right, let me get this geode processed. I'm so used to freezer food too. Like OMG Plants made this exactly. Like I feel like because it's convenient. Like frozen foods are convenient to just cook and just heat up quickly, so that way like from the energy that you expend from your day to day life, you're too exhausted to cook and clean. So it's just like frozen foods are like the convenience, but also it's like unfortunate because we're trading like actually having fresh food that's good for you and delicious and trading it for the frozen alternative. And don't get me wrong, there are like a lot of good like frozen foods out there, like taquitos, frozen like bagel bites. Like, and it's fast. Like if I were to try to make that by hand, it would take a lot longer. And to the point where I don't even know if it'd be worth it. Oh, sorry, Jasper. I didn't see your past comment about missing the past two streams. Don't feel bad about that. I mean, you don't have to be here for every stream. I just appreciate that you want to be here. I should sell the carving knife. I'll sell the amethyst because I think I already gave that to the museum. So sell my. Oh, that's right. I can't sell the knife. I tried. I can't. I think I'd have to go to like the guild or somebody to sell it. Let's see. I can make more refined quartz because that'll be helpful. I think when I start manufacturing electricity, like electrical stuff, requires 5 ores. Then how did I do it last time? Oh wait. This, yeah. And then I can take 5 refined quartz and I can make like a different type of quartz ore or something, or a bar of quartz. No problem, Jasper. Let's see, what can I make? Let's see, I can make a bee house. I don't have iron though. And I don't have maple syrup. Actually, I should check up on that. How's that doing? Okay, so I do have maple syrup now. So that I'm gonna keep in the jar. I forget, is the luau today or tomorrow? Oh, it'll notify me when it starts, so I think I'll be fine. Let's get that mayonnaise. I also need to buy more hay. I need to go do that, but hay is like 50 gold. I think I need to buy more chickens and like, let's see, can I make more mayonnaise machines? Wood, stone, earth crystal, copper bar. I think I have all of that. I'm excited for your Genshin stream. I'm exploring the new update on the map and it's so pretty. Oh, thank you. Yes. I'm hoping that it'll be entertaining and not frustrating for you, because it's going to be a learning curve for me for sure. I don't really play a lot of games in that style. And I know it's not really an MMO. It's more like a JRPG. I play like a lot of Persona, so if it's anything like that. I played a lot of MapleStory in terms of MMO when I was growing up. So I don't know if it's going to be anything like that. I guess we'll see. So, let's see. How much is it going to cost? 15. Okay, that's not too bad. I can replenish 15 easy. People backseat like crazy with new Genshin players, which drives me nuts. Oh man, well, I guess we'll see how it goes then. Cause I don't know if like they're gonna be like people who haven't been like who've never tuned into the stream before, who are gonna come in and be like, hey, like you're doing this wrong. Like why aren't you doing it this way? Because yeah, like I was watching a fellow streamer stream the other day and they're playing like a zombie game, and there was this dude who came in and he was getting so frustrated over the way that she was playing, and I was just like, dude, just let her do her thing. And like he wanted to join in on the game because it's a multiplayer game, and he was like yelling at her in chat to let him join in, And I'm just like, dude, like it's not your stream. Like she doesn't have to do anything she doesn't want to do, so just chill out. But I also didn't want to cause a scene because like I wasn't really sure if they were comfortable interacting with this person or not. Because they were interacting with them, but I didn't know if they were making them uncomfortable or not. So I didn't want to like cause a scene and make it like a bigger issue because I didn't know if they just wanted to ignore it and try to keep the peace. But yeah, like I hope that doesn't happen during the Genshin stream. If it does, I'll be quick to shut it down. Like if I see that someone's being like a jerk to me or a jerk to anybody in the chat, I'm gonna figure out how to ban them or like like mute them or something because like I don't really tolerate that shit. It's like it's like that's part of the thing, like, and that's like why I see like people say no backseat gaming. Like I'll allow it to an extent, but like if I'm new to the game and I'm just trying to get my bearings on it, I don't need people yelling at me telling me that I'm doing something wrong. Like it's one thing if you're like being polite about it and like you're just trying to help, but if you're just getting frustrated and yelling, and it's like then just don't watch the stream. It's more like Zelda. Yeah, that's what I'm excited for because I heard that Genshin when it first came out was a lot like Breath of the Wild, and I'm excited to see that. Pet the chickens. Okay. Yeah, like I don't get the entitlement that some people have in chat. It's like we're all just here to have fun and chill out. It's like we don't need like, and everybody plays games differently. There's like multiple ways to play a game, so it's like you don't need somebody like shouting or trying to make a whole thing out of it. I remember having an easier time when I first started playing earlier this year. My experienced friend has had to help me a lot. Yeah, that's the thing. Like I look forward to like people in chat helping me to figure things out. Like as long as we're all patient with each other, then it'll be fine. Purchase animals. I'm gonna buy a chicken. Okay, everybody, what should I name this third chicken? Ramota is not a bad name, but what do you all think? What should the name be? Bomb Bomb? Okay, yeah, Bomb Bomb it is. That's a cute name. I like that. Alright. So, let's see. I know, so we have Bomb Bomb, we have Pollo Asado, and I don't remember the third chicken. I still can't believe we went with that name. Like, that has the insinuation that I'm raising this chicken just to eat it. Oh yeah, that's right, Chicago, yeah. Chicago, Pollo Asado, and Bomb Bomb. What a lovely bunch of names. Yeah, oh yeah, Jasper, you missed that stream where it's like I asked like, hey, like what should we name the first chicken? And then I think it was Stick Fishy who recommended Chicago, and then immediately afterwards Moon was like Pollo Asado, and I was like, oh, that's a good one, but I'll buy another chicken just to name it that. Yeah, Moon named that chicken. Yeah, I kind of got the impression that you were hungry when you That's right, I gotta buy some hay. Oh, that's right, Millie. I'm sorry. That's right. It was you. I'm so sorry. I don't mean to give credit to others. Yeah, so real. It's like it's like what they say about like, hey, like don't go shopping when you're hungry. Don't name your children when you're hungry either. Yes, hello. Thank you for coming to my child's baptism. We're very happy that you could be here for the baptism of Pollo Asado, our lovely child. We did a lot of deliberating over the name, and we finally decided on the name after we got some Taco Bell. It just clicked. Requires 5 ores. Oh, I grabbed the wrong one. Baptism for Pollo Asado is just a marination. That's true. It's not holy water. It's just salsa verde. That's the baptism. Has anyone here actually been to a baptism? I have no clue what they're like. They're very boring. I mean, it's a very nice experience because it's like a big moment for the parents and the godparents and like for the family. But boy, if you're not related or if you're just like invited to it, like if it's like really close friends, you want to be supportive, but like it can be boring. Um, it's like that video of like the Pope who was just like dunking the kids into like the water bath, and like the kids were freaking out, and he just kept dunking them, like not like you're just like no, it's fine. I've done this thousands of times. They're fine. While the kids are just gasping for air. It's like oh man. Yeah, that's a fair conclusion to draw, especially like if they don't explain to you what's gonna happen, or if you're like too young to really understand. Then it's just like, oh my god, like I'm here to die. Why can't I get? Is the cat in the bed? Is that why? Yeah, I think the cat's in the bed. Nobody said anything about dunking me in water. Yeah. I'm so glad my parents didn't get me baptized. Yeah, same. Like my parents are Buddhists, so like they don't do the whole baptism thing. But they did send all of their kids to church because it was also kind of free daycare for them while they were at work. Like a lot of my childhood was spent at like a Korean Presbyterian church. And it's quite of an experience, I'll tell you that. I'm pretty sure it was a for-profit church with all like the different like extracurriculars they had. Like it was wild. Like they had taekwondo classes there. They taught Korean. They had a daycare. They taught Bible study. What else did they do? They did dance lessons. I was like, there's a church doing all this and they're taking your money? Like, are you sure this is a not-for-profit church? Like, I was really skeptical of it growing up. And it's funny because I actually drove by that church somewhat recently and it's become a full-on mega church. And it's only been like 10, 15 years, which I know it's a lot of time, but in terms of like, for the amount of renovations they did, that's a lot. That's like not a long time to raise money. So like, it makes me very skeptical about like how they raised all that money. Am I really all out of hay already? My mom would work out like 3 hours a couple times a week, so I would stay in the daycare at her gym. Yeah, that's fair. Like for gyms, I like understand and stuff too, because it's just like, hey, like I'm here to like get a workout, but like I have my child with me. And also depends on the gym. I know some gym daycares are very negligent. Hopefully the one that you were at was not the case. Oh, it's locked. This is not good. I don't have any hay. Please tell me you're open today. It's a Thursday. I don't want my chickens to starve because then they're going to get angry and then I'm going to lose those hearts. And then they're not going to produce eggs for me to produce mayo. And then I'm not going to be able to get my barn. Like, why did I buy this third chick if they're just going to end up starving? Just going to wait till 9 o'clock. I'm going to see if there's anything I can forage here. Oh no, there's a luau going on. That's why it's closed. I don't have any eggs to make mayo, do I? Or no, I think I put eggs in the mayo machine. Okay, so I'll grab some mayo, and then I'll become the most hated person in the town because I'm the one who decided to throw just like a cup of mayo into the like luau stew. It was really fun. The caretakers were very interactive, and we very rarely had problems. I stole a book about Taylor Swift from it once. That's actually pretty funny. That gym's not gonna miss that book. But it's good that like it was actual like good daycare at the gym and not like a shitty one. Yeah, like I don't judge people who like mayo. because I know it's like an American staple as well, and it's a very versatile condiment, especially if you're making grilled cheese out of it. I just I don't know if it's because of like my mom putting mayo in everything when I was growing up. Like she would put Miracle Whip in everything. That was like Americanized, like because she doesn't really make American food. She knows how to make Korean food. Like this is the woman who thought it'd be a good idea to put kimchi in Campbell's chicken noodle soup, and it was awful. And she insisted on doing it more than once, despite us telling her that it's just very disgusting and it burns your throat because Campbell's chicken noodle soup is very salty and kimchi is super salty. So yeah, so she would put like mayo and like potato salad. Also, her potato salad wasn't very good. Like she makes Korean food very well. Like she's probably the best Korean cook that I know, and I'm biased because I grew up eating her food. But when it comes to like American cuisine, like you just gotta hang your hat. Like it's not gonna happen. Like you're not gonna perfect this cuisine, especially if you don't like it. Like if you already like have like your mindset that is like, oh, like this is not good, then why try to make it? Like I get it's because like your kids love American food, but they also like your Korean food, so leave it to the professionals is what I'm saying, or learn how to properly make it if you're that determined. Ooh, starfruit. Nah, I can get starfruit elsewhere. Let's see. I can't put mayonnaise in there. Okay. So I guess I've spared. I guess everyone is spared. The developers probably knew like someone's probably gonna try to put mayonnaise in the luau stew, and we don't want that happening. That's a crime. And they decided to prevent the player from being able to do that. The governor. He's all dressed in purple. You know, I only just found out the other day that hamburgers come from Germany. Yeah, we were just talking about that the other day too. Like how like a lot of American cuisine doesn't, or what's considered American cuisine doesn't come from America because it's a melting pot. So I think the only thing that you can really consider American is like certain Southern staples, like po' boy, like from Louisiana, or like gumbo, jambalaya. But even then, I think you can trace that back to like I think different countries, like maybe Africa and France. Because I know a lot of people who moved to New Orleans came from France. Going back to the names, my friend named all of her animals Chicken 1, Chicken 2, Chicken 3, Cow 1. I did that with my first playthrough because I just kind of went the Pokemon route. I was like, Charizard's already a good enough name. Why change it? I'll just keep it Charizard. Oh, I get another Charizard? I'll name it Charizard 1. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I think potatoes actually did come from America as well. Like, despite people thinking that it's Irish, I don't think they actually came from Ireland. Even fried chicken did not come from America. Mac and cheese, I think, is also not American. Grits is American. Geta is technically German because I know that's like a Midwestern thing. Let's see. Pancakes, I don't think came from America. Waffles came from Belgium. What are some other like typically thought out like American staple like foods? We learned about it in world history recently. Potatoes came from America. Yeah, I do love potatoes as well. But yeah, like French fries didn't come from America. Even though potatoes did, I don't think it was Americans who developed French fries at first. You can't even blame me for that stew. I didn't put anything in there, so you can't blame me. You're right, it's a little bland. Yeah, it's because there's no mayonnaise in it, buddy. You wouldn't let me put mayonnaise in it. You know what's not bland? Mayonnaise. I'm trying to think of what else. Yeah, fried chicken. I think I actually looked this up recently. Fried chicken is thought to either come from Asia or Africa because like the earliest records of fried chicken, I think, date around to the same time of, I think, China and Africa. There are vastly different methods of preparing fried chicken, but they were still both fried chicken nonetheless. Like, even Korean fried chicken, like, is super popular now. Technically didn't come from Korea in the sense of, like, it wasn't thought up of someone from Korea. I think it was during World War II, like, an African-American GI actually met a Korean chef and taught him how to make fried chicken. Hot dogs are also apparently German. Yeah. That's not surprising because the Germans, I think, invented like the bratwurst, like the wurst. I think like as how my dad said it was pronounced because my dad like studied in Germany for a year. And yeah, and I think the sausage like is derived from that because I think sausages were meant to be like a more budget-friendly bratwurst, like developed. I think, yeah, like not in America, but yeah, like from Germany, because I think like with bratwurst, it's like a specific way of preparing it, and sausages are just like you just grind it up and you just shove it into the casing. I like how like every time we stream, we always somehow end up talking about food. I apologize if anybody is now hungry. That's just kind of the rule here in this stream or in this channel. I'm trying to think of like what are some like commonly like thought of like considered common American foods. Like pie, I don't even think, yeah, pie I think comes from strudel, which is I think also German. Because I think like America just changed the recipe to make it more like the modern day pie. Cobbler I don't even think is from America, even though it's considered like a southern staple. Yeah, I think like really the only foods that you can really trace back to being like developed in America, not necessarily by Americans, but like for America, as I think like those who like immigrated to New Orleans, because like that's also where jazz comes from, and I think like the food also goes hand in hand with it. Deviled eggs, yeah, I mean I don't know, like I wouldn't be surprised if like deviled eggs were like from America, because that's also just kind of a lazy invention. It's like, hey, let's take egg yolk, mash it up, mix it with like paprika and like vinegar and like some other stuff, and then put it back into the egg white, and then there you go. Versus also German for sausage, by the way. Okay, yeah, that makes sense, yeah. Yeah, it's pretty much pronounced like worst. Oh, okay, I thought like the W was pronounced like a V. But yeah, I could just very much be wrong because I also don't not speak German at all. I do love deviled eggs a lot. The first time I tried deviled eggs was at Golden Corral, which is pretty much like, for those who aren't familiar with it, it's just like American style like cheap buffet, but also it's not becoming cheap. It's getting more expensive, but also the quality of food is declining there. So I don't know, but yeah, like I tried, and first time as well, the first time I ever tried meatloaf was also at a Golden Corral. And I loved it. And I knew as I was eating, I was like, there's no way this is considered quality food, but it's still good and I like it. Wikipedia is a sketchy source, yeah. They're from a bunch of European countries according to the Wikipedia page for deviled eggs. But that's the thing, I can also see that, like, where, like, deviled eggs is not an American thing. Because it's like, like, spaghetti doesn't come from America, pizza doesn't come from America. But like they're considered like American staples now. Beignets, well no, I guess that's not very popular. That's more like a southern thing. But that's French. Beignets are French. Biscuits I think are technically American. Yeah, I think buttermilk biscuits do straight up come out of Louisiana. Cause yeah, I think that's also like a southern bayou thing. Because I don't think anywhere else in the world has buttermilk biscuits. Scones from England, not necessarily the same. They're the closest you can get, I believe, but they're not at all similar. They look the same, but they taste very different. I don't know. I also have always wanted to go to England and try the food there, because everyone likes like kind of like rags on England because like, oh, like the food in England is very bland. It's not good. I was like, I want to try it. Like, it's still expanding your horizons. I'm sure they have good food. Like, I love fish and chips. All right. Pollo asado, I already pet you. Did I pet the cat? Where's the cat? I gotta pet the cat. I gotta find the cat. There you go. I would love to, but no matter what, I will never eat beans on toast. I actually tried baked beans on toast. It's pretty good. It's definitely, if you do not like different textures mixing, you're gonna hate it. Cause you gotta eat it fast. Cause the beans on toast, it makes the toast very soggy if you do not eat it fast. But it's very good if you can eat it fast. And that's the thing too. Like I know that there are people in England who love that they want the toast to get soggy and then they eat it with a fork and a knife. But I can't do that. I do not like wet bread. I do not like bread when it's soaked in like the like different foods. Like I just can't do it. I'm sorry. I think I just like made everybody collectively cringe. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bring about like that like muscle memory. It's yeah, like it's also like very common in like southern states, and also the Midwest, because like I lived in the Midwest, and it's very common to like have your foods mixing together, so that way it's all just becomes like one congealed mess. And people apparently really love that. Like when I was in Orlando, a lot of people were doing that with their breakfasts. But yeah, for me, it's like toast and grits as well. Like that's a common like southern staple that I would eat a lot. Like whenever I lived in like Ohio, and like whenever I traveled like to like Florida or something. And yeah, I don't like them mixing. I always eat it separate because I just do not like soggy toast. And grits is, while it's more like thick, like gruel, um, it does make a bread soggy. I'm autistic. A very common habit of mine is avoiding mixing my foods at all costs and eating them in order. Maybe I just wouldn't eat anything there. Yeah, that's very common. And when you go, like, if you ever go to like southern states and then you like get like a real southern breakfast, you can like ask them to keep everything separate. Certain restaurants like Waffle House, they'll already do that. If you request it, it won't be a problem. The term southern hospitality is very real. They will make sure that you are well fed and that you are happy with your meal. And they will completely understand if you ask like, hey, can I have everything on a separate plate or bowl? They will be more than happy to do that. Okay, what to do now? Man, I'm still at 3,796 gold. Yeah, like, and I did hear that like textures with food is like very common with individuals on the spectrum. And yeah, like it's just I like, even as like someone who's like considered neurotypical, I don't like it too much. Like I can tolerate it, but I can't imagine like how like grating and aggravating that would be for like someone who is very sensitive to that with like textures and tastes, and you don't want it to like mix. So yeah, textures have to be the worst existing sense ever. Yeah, I agree. Certain foods just, like, even though it's really good, it's a shame because it can be very tasty. But if it's a specific texture that just rubs like, or just like grinds your gears the wrong way, like that'll just ruin the whole experience for you, and it's unfortunate. Like for me, like I don't know if you ever had acorn jelly. That's like a common Korean side dish where they take acorns, they mash it up, and then they form it into a gelatin and then let it cool. So it's like a kind of like a solid jello block of acorn. It's really good with sesame seeds and soy sauce. But the texture, if you don't like the texture of jello, then you're gonna hate it. Especially because when you think of jello, you think of something sweet. But acorn jelly is like very like bland, and like it just requires. It's either you like it or you don't. Like like there's no middle ground. You hate it or you love it. Whoa! How did I get 2,000 gold? Oh, it's because of all those crops. Okay, awesome. So I think now I should have over 6,000. So now I can go. New achievement, greenhorn. What is that? Let's see. Get the stone, the wood, and then I'm gonna go get my barn. It's Saturday. I hope it's open. I don't know if it'll be open. I do need to buy some more seeds as well. Gotta pet the chickens. And then make 3 mayonnaise. I'm usually alright with texture, but I have very specific ick of lumps in mashed potatoes. Oh, I love lumps in mashed potatoes. I'm so sorry, Stickfishy. I used to gag at Thanksgiving as a kid. As someone, so growing up, my parents never really celebrated American holidays, which I'm still kind of, very much like. I don't want to call it trauma because it wasn't traumatizing for me, but it was in a sense where I felt like I was kind of robbed out of my childhood, especially seeing my peers have like these really magical like holiday experiences for Thanksgiving and Christmas with their family when they were little kids. So I try to make up for that now as an adult by like just doing all that stuff. But I love lumps in mashed potatoes. I love butter in mashed potatoes. I love garlic butter in mashed potatoes with chives. So I think for me it's just I'm biased, but I do love a good Thanksgiving dinner. Like I know like the history behind it is really rough, and really messed up. But I do like the sentiment of being together with family and appreciating each other, but also like it's also a staple in American holidays for like toxic families to just kind of have like big drama during Thanksgiving dinners, which I find just really funny. I don't know why. Like I know it's awful. I know a lot of people dread it every year. And that's also why I do like a lot of. I used to, well, not so much anymore. I used to do a lot of Thanksgivings with friends, like friendsgivings, because they didn't really have healthy relationships with their families. But yeah, it's like I just love the whole vibe of it. Like I love Thanksgiving dinners. I love Christmas dinners because I also love to cook. So that allows me to really be creative with cooking. Oh, I don't have enough stone. I need 150 stone. Okay, how much do I have? I think I had 129. Okay, so I'm just gonna go to like the first few floors of the mine. Cooking is honestly such a fun hobby. Yeah, it's so much fun. And it's such a useful skill to have, just like in life. And it's something where it's like it's not like a huge learning curve. So you don't have to be great at cooking to make something that still tastes good. Like you can still be a decent cook by just doing simple stuff. And like there's some good dishes that are like really easy to make, but they still taste really good and the presentation's really easy to do. Like you don't have to be some kind of master chef. Like I can't imagine being like a chef like as a profession. It would just be too much stress. But yeah, if anybody's ever interested in trying Korean food and you want to like cook a Korean dish, I can definitely give you some recommendations. Granted, it is not easy cooking Korean food. A lot of it does require like, especially if you're making like kimbap, which is like Korean sushi. For those not familiar with it, it's easy to prepare the ingredients, but folding it is really hard. Like with all sushi, just folding the rice and the different ingredients through the seaweed is pretty tough. Let's see, I need one more stone. There we go. But yeah, like for anybody interested in making kimbap, all you need is like eggs, spinach, carrots, pickled radish. It's gonna be yellow. It's like pickled in like vinegar and sugar. Imitation crab, You can put in sausage, you can put in spam, that's common. And you just essentially cook them into like long strips and then prepare them in long strips. Lay down the seaweed, put a bit of rice like on one side, like halfway. Don't like put it all over the whole thing because you don't want it to like burst. And then on top of the rice, lay down all the ingredients. It helps to have like a bamboo roller. Have a bowl of water. Dip your finger in the bowl of water so that way you can wet the seaweed to get it to stick. On the end that doesn't have rice, kind of like use your finger to like kind of like wet that end of the seaweed so that way it sticks to the other end of the seaweed better. And then you take the bamboo roller and then you just kind of slowly roll over it. And it's a lot of trial and error, but it's a lot of fun. And once you get the hang of it, it's really good. Let's see, construct farm buildings. I will build a barn. Finally, build. Where do I want my barn to be? I'll put it like right here. Yeah. Put everything relatively close to each other. Oh, also fish cakes. Fish cakes is common to put in kimbap. So that's another ingredient I recommend. You can also use fish cakes to make like fish cake soup. You can make like a stock out of kelp and anchovies, and then you put in radish, fish cakes. You generally not common, but you can put in like slices of potato. But generally that's all you need, and it's super good. Goes great with rice. I also apologize if I'm making somebody hungry. I just love talking about food. Oh, looks like we got an ad break. Get the last of the mayo. Do I already need to buy more hay? I should really invest in that silo. Okay, next I'm gonna invest in the silo. I want to learn how to make pho. I've had it a couple times. It's so good. Oh yeah. I never made pho before, but there are plenty of pho restaurants around me. Because I also live in like a pretty big like Asian community. So there's like a lot of like Vietnamese restaurants. Like banh mi, pho, so good. Take that. Let's see. You can do another quartz. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna refine the last of the quartz. I also need to go buy some more seeds. Yeah, pho. I know the soup is like made with like lemongrass, bean sprouts, or no, you add that in afterwards. I think lemongrass is like a big ingredient in the actual soup base. I don't. I know cilantro you can add as a topper. I don't think that that's cooked into the soup though. I'd have to look it up, but it would be fun to make pho. Another fun recipe to have if you like noodle based like dishes is udon. Udon is a really good meal that's also made with fish cakes. And I think that's also used with like an anchovy stock with like thick cut noodles. Very good. Highly recommend it. Wait, where am I going? I need to go buy some seeds. Yeah, if you have like a good Japanese restaurant around you, highly recommend it. Udon goes very well with tempura. If you don't have access to it, if you have like an Asian market near you, I definitely recommend that as well. Let's see. Blueberry seeds continues to produce after first harvest. Takes 11 days, takes 13 days, takes 5 days. Let's see. We're on day 13, so I'll get a few. Get 4. I'll get 4 of each. Cause like I'm not gonna get many days left out of it because it takes so long to harvest, but I don't really see, cause I already have a lot of pepper, and I think tomato and blueberries yield more gold than pepper. So I'll just stay to that. Let's see. Did I already check to see if there's anything up here? Yeah, there's nothing. I'm gonna go ahead and plant the seeds. I'm gonna sell this spice berry. I just start investing in sprinklers soon too. So I really need some sprinklers so that way I don't have to constantly water. So let's see. I think you can make sprinklers with quartz. Copper bar, iron bar. I don't have any iron though. I'll go ahead and make another copper bar. Sell the spice berry. I think I already decided that I'm gonna name the first cow Melissa after the Bob's Burgers cow. Because I think I already collected the mayonnaise, yeah. Pick up the copper bar, put that in storage. Thank you. Yeah, truly an iconic name for an iconic cow. Take the hay. Put that there. My lovely chickens. And did I pet the cat? I'm gonna go check to see if I pet the cat. But the cat would be inside. I don't think the cat's gonna be outside here in the rain. There you are. There you go. I went ahead and pet you. Let's see. I don't know what I would need to build the silo, but I'm gonna go ahead and start chopping down some wood. I wish I could move trees, because I already put like a tapper on the maple tree, but I don't really love the location that it's in. I want to move it closer to the house. I wish I could just pick up the tree and move it. Because if I plant a tree from scratch using like a seed, it's going to take a long time for it to mature. Oh yeah, I also don't know if you all saw me tweet about it, but I did order a capture card. It's gonna be here Monday. I was hoping it would be here a little bit sooner, but that's fine. So starting next weekend, I think, we'll start doing like Mario Kart and Mario Party streams. So if anybody like wants to join in, like I can give you like my Switch friend code, and then we can play on stream. But yeah, we'll start doing that. But yeah, and then I'll also like do days where I do like a Legend of Zelda stream, because my goal is to stream like roughly 3 times a week, because I also want to have some balance. I don't want all my free time to go to like streaming. So I think that would be a lot of fun to like allow chat to be a bit more interactive with like actually like playing Mario Kart and Mario Party with me. So I think that'll be like Fridays or Saturdays, and then one of the weekend days I'll do Genshin Impact, and then I think during the week, I think every Tuesday I'll do like Zelda. I know it's gonna be difficult for some people to tune in on a weekday, but that's kind of the only thing. That's the only way I can really make it work. Because I don't want to stream more than 3 days a week. Like here and there, like I'll stream like in the middle of the day, kind of just for like an hour or two if like work is slow. But that's more just like last minute unplanned stuff. And that's not really gonna happen like super often. I also know that people have like classes and stuff like during the day, so I don't think it'd be fair if I just only did like my Zelda. Hi, me sell hats, okay? Poke. Come to old house poke. I think that's supposed to say pokey? Poke? Poke, bring coins. Hat mouse. Huh, hat mouse. Dear August, it's been so long since I heard from you, dear. Things are the same as ever back home. I miss you very much. Love, Mom. P.S. Found an envelope with some money Grandpa left for you. Oh, that's very nice. I feel bad because it's like I get all these letters from my mom, but I feel like I never respond to her. Hey kid, my throat's about as dry as a desert bone. I'm real thirsty for a pale ale. You got one? Regular old beer won't do. I need a pale ale. Is Pam also an alcoholic? Because I know she also drinks a lot, and she's the bus driver too. It's like, do I want the bus driver drinking all the time? But yeah, I mean, here and there, I'll do some weekend streams earlier, so that way it's not always at night. It really depends on if I don't have anything planned, like, already with my wife. Because I also don't want, like, streaming to cut into my time with her. But if there are, like, days here and there, like, during the weekend where we don't have anything planned, I might do, like, start early, because I know we have, people from other countries who aren't able to like join in during the night because it's like during the middle of the day for them or early in the morning. So yeah, so I'll figure it out. Let's see, I need to buy more hay already. Jeez. Ooh, grapes. Man, I could actually go for some grapes. I love me some frozen grapes. It's like having like a popsicle. Oh man, it's only 7:30. Why does it feel like I've been streaming for much longer than that? Then again, it has been a long day. Have I ever tried frozen yogurt? Oh, I love frozen yogurt. When I was in college, there was like a frozen yogurt place right across from the campus. It closed down, I think, my third year there, but it was, I forgot what it's called. I think it was called Sweet Frog or something, and I think that's like a national chain. But it was so good. Like they had like this birthday cake, birthday cake batter yogurt, frozen yogurt. And then I would pair that with the cookies and cream frozen yogurt. And it was so good. Like, I miss it. I haven't had frozen yogurt in so long. It's probably been at least half a year since I had frozen yogurt. And it wasn't good frozen yogurt. It was like a frozen yogurt shop inside a mall. And like, there were like, just a lot of red flags. But it was like the only frozen yogurt there. Like, I don't know. Like, also that mall is just not like very lucky with desserts because they also have a Cold Stone creamery, and like for my birthday we went there and like it was nasty because they used too much xanthan gum with their mix, so it was all gummy. Like it tasted like I was eating cement. Like the texture was just all wrong. I've never had it, but we also had Sweet Frog. Not sure if it still exists. There's one like one town over from where I live currently. So it's still around here, but I think as a whole that franchise is failing. Like I think a lot of locations are closing down. Okay, I gotta go buy more hay. Like my chickens are just eating through it like really fast. I'm gonna go ahead and sell this mayonnaise. But yeah, if there is a Sweet Frog near you, highly recommend it. Especially if they're like on top of things. Like if the staff seem like they're like really like keep on top of keeping like the toppings fresh and then keeping the machines clean, it's pretty good. But if it seems like they're pretty lazy with that, I would probably stay away from there. Because I think a lot of Sweet Frog employees are also like people like teenagers or like college students who aren't really there to. Oh wait, I don't want to buy a chicken. Who aren't really there to like like they just want to pass the time, because that's also asking a lot out of like teenagers or like college students to work that kind of job, because it's very demanding. So I don't blame them at all. But yeah. Like the Cold Stone at my mall, it's family owned and it's family run, so I want to support them because like I really want to support like local franchises owned by families. But boy, are they're not good at making that ice cream. Like I want to support them, but like they just do not know how to mix ice cream. Especially because there's like a Cold Stone like not too far from there as well that like is always like on top of things. Like they always make really good ice cream. They always mix the ratios really well. So I always prefer to go to that one, even though it's a bit more of a drive. Have any of you been to Crumble Cookies? Do any of you have a Crumble Cookies like over where you are? I know it's a pretty big franchise or like pretty big like chain. But I don't know if it's like regional. Highly recommend Crumble Cookies if you've never been, and if you have one near you. It's pretty expensive because you can't buy the cookie. I think they're like huge cookies and they have like rotating flavors every week. Like they'll have like a Cookie Monster one, they'll have like a Belgian waffle one, they'll have like a pancake one. That's like really good. They'll have like a double chocolate chip. We just got one, I haven't been yet. I don't know if I can justify it to myself. If you go, don't just do it for yourself. Make it like a thing with like a group, like with your friends or like for your family. Because if you try to eat like 4 to 6 of those cookies by yourself, you're gonna have a bad time. Like each cookie is like 3,500 calories, and that's because it's like the size of like probably your hand. The most exciting place where I live is Walmart. We have nothing here. Yeah, my brother-in-law is like from a small town. He says like when they got a Walmart, that was like the most exciting thing in their town, and like people would actually go to Walmart just to find something to do, and that was like their exciting thing to do. But yeah. My sister brought a box home once and half the cookies were eaten already. Damn. Like those are some big cookies. Like I wouldn't even be able to finish half of one by myself, let alone like a full one. Like especially not in one sitting. Like normally for me, like when I get crumble cookies, I have to like spread it out throughout the week. Otherwise I feel sick like eating it all. But also like I have a weak stomach when it comes to like dairy and desserts because I am lactose intolerant. So maybe I'm not like the best like frame of reference for that. Oh, that's right. I gotta water my plants. What am I doing? I gotta keep them watered. Yeah, highly recommend. Especially because like they keep it like fresh because it's like different week to week. Let's see. I should. It's a little too late to already get these. I gotta not forget to get these geodes processed. It's Harvey. Oh, it's Commissioner Gordon. He always reminds me of Commissioner Gordon. I'm struggling to make ends meet. I don't have enough patience. Oh yeah, you're a doctor. I'm sorry. I mean, do you want me to get beat up more so I can give you more business? But you also took 800 gold from me last time, I think. It's good to take a break from work every now and then. That's true. Very useful advice. I should probably follow that more. Yeah, I think I'm just kind of lucky that I live in like a pretty like diverse area where there's like a lot of different restaurants and like bakeries and stuff to try. Because there's a Brazilian steakhouse that's like not too far as well that I like going to every year. That I'll be going to again this year, next or this coming month. So I mean it's pricey, but if you all like have never tried a Brazilian steakhouse, I do recommend it. It's definitely something worth trying at least once. Let's see, what floor am I on? Should I go back to 15? Okay, I'm on 15. Awesome. We'll try this again. Another geode. And I really need to invest in a backpack. I think that would be my next priority because I'm constantly like running out of inventory. Yeah, I can't pick up the seeds. Another geode. Man, where is this ladder? I wish I could buy like a radar that tells me which rock the ladder's under. It would just save me a whole lot of time. Oh no, not the buzzing. I hate you. I hate you so much. You're the most annoying enemy in this game. Oh, there's two of you. Oh, good. Good for you. Oh, good for you. Man, they're... Okay, there we go. I'm not even gonna try to pick up the... Oh, no. There's so many of them. I'm gonna try to ignore them. In what way is this fair? I have to just run past them. At least they only do like 1 damage to me. Oh my god, this is the third one. I imagine this also isn't too like terribly exciting to watch. You're just watching me swing a sword repeatedly at like different bugs. Oh no, it's getting that green gas. That means that there's gonna be a whole bunch of them coming. This is where I make my stand. I may not survive this. Yeah, the worms are fine. It's just the flies. Because the worms, at least I can walk around. But these flies are so annoying. Because they can also fly through me. And it's all about just, like, timing. They can, like, fly in between the swings. Oh, this is not good. Oh, there's so many of them. Why is this my luck? Okay, looks like it cleared up. So far, so good. I managed to survive. It was really touch and go there for a moment. Oh, there's another one. Why are you facing the wrong way? Oh yeah, by the way, is anybody like a comic book fan? Like a DC fan? Like, have you all been like, keeping up to date with like the Suicide Squad game and like how a lot of people are disappointed with it? Yeah, I'm gonna eat this spice berry. Get my health back up. Pick up the earth crystal. Oh no, I don't want the bug guts. Okay, I'm gonna need y'all to stay away from me. Oh, there's so many of you. There's so many stones. This is still only floor 16. Okay, there we go. Okay, please don't let it be like super infested with bugs. As I say that, there's a fly that comes right at me. Yeah, I also just do not do a lot of damage to them. It's just like 1 to 2. Oh yeah, it's getting late. It's already 12 a.m. This is not good. Because it was like already 5 p.m. when I entered, so yeah. It's gonna be pretty late when I get back home, so I'm probably not gonna get full health and energy back after sleeping. That's a flower, but I don't think I'll drop the coal. Okay. Is this the flower I can pick up? Oh, I guess not. I guess I dropped that for nothing. Oh well. Can't really see well in the dark. Oh wow, she's still working. Wow, Robin, you are really the best among us. We do not deserve you. You're given a task and you just really apply to yourself to it completely. I feel bad. It's like it's 12 a.m. Go get some sleep. Like I could wait an extra day. So yeah, I think the barn's gonna be finished now. I have 3,000 gold, so... Oh, no, it's not finished. Were you working all night? Jeez. I feel like I should give you a tip or something. I wish I had some, like, lemonade to offer her or something. Like, lemonade and cookies or something. Eggs. Where is my cat? Wait, did I pet all the chickens? I pet you. Looks really happy today, good. Looks really happy today. I'm gonna go ahead and grab these stones. Pet my cat. And put my stone here. Let's just sell the radish. The parsnip I'm gonna hold on to. Cauliflower seeds I'm gonna hold on to. Clay, I don't really remember what the clay is for. And I'm gonna sell this. Let's see. Maple syrup I'm gonna hold on to. Copper bar. Refined quartz. And I need to get iron too, but I can only get iron in the deeper levels of the mine. Because I can't make a sprinkler without iron. Actually, I have a whole bunch of geodes. I'm going to get that processed today. I wonder at what point I can start fishing as well. Because fish, I think, can get you a decent amount of money if you're good at it. I remember the fishing in this game also was kind of difficult. Like, I couldn't get the hang of it. Like, I think I had to have, like, some kind of specific lure to make it easier for me to fish. Otherwise, I just got really frustrated. A truck. How do you even get that truck out of here? Like, is it just a broken truck? Because you can't get it past the fence. If you try to get it around the fence, you get in the water. Oh, hello, Sailor Kellogg's. Thank you for joining. Alright, no, I don't want to go here. I gotta process the geodes first. Apparently there's a reward for me to collect. I keep forgetting to collect the library rewards. You missed us talking about like different foods earlier and where like the different foods come from. Okay. I don't have enough room in my inventory. Okay. So I gotta drop all this off first and then I'll come back. Let's see, actually I can probably afford the backpack now. I'm gonna go check to see how much the backpack costs. Can I donate to you first? I don't have room for this. I gotta throw something away, so I'll throw this away. I finished my errands and mi abuela had dinner. Well, with mi abuela and had dinner. Oh, what'd you have for dinner? Ah, man, I gotta go back and grab all this. I had to drink some water. Ooh, tacos. Ah, tacos sound so good. I had pizza for dinner because I had a coupon. Look at how cute those cows are. Ooh, she made milkshakes. Ooh, homemade milkshakes sound so good. It was from a farm? You got milk from a farm? Yo. I bet those milkshakes were amazing. Look at you. No responsibilities, no schedule. How great it must be to be a cat. Alright, so I'm gonna sell some stuff here. I'm gonna sell this. I live in Yeehaw country? Yeah. That's fair. I also want a milkshake. Milkshake sounds really good right now. It was strawberries with that milk and just a little sugar. Huh. That does sound pretty good. Blueberry tart. Ooh. Interesting. I wonder how much that'll be worth. Alright, now I gotta bring this down here. Collect rewards. Now I can donate to you. I don't have anything to donate to museum. I already donated all this. It was Cold Stone milkshake or like Five Guys milkshake. Oh man, I miss Five Guys milkshakes. Those are so good. Have you ever been to Rally's? Rally's has really good milkshakes. Man, when I was growing up, I would go to Rally's all the time, and my parents would get me like the vanilla milkshake from Rally's with like their chili cheese dogs. Oh, I miss it so much. I guess I'm just gonna sell these then. So these are melon seeds, so they take 12 days to mature. I should have enough days. I'll plant all these. Because I think a melon is one of the summer crops that I have to take to the community center. Leatherby's ice parlor? I don't think I've ever heard of that. Yeah, sorry, we're all talking about milkshakes and like we all want milkshakes. Talking about frozen yogurt and all that too. I now want to go downstairs and go walk the city and find ice cream. Yeah, late night ice cream is the best. Vouch. Yeah. Ice cream sundaes are the best. Leatherby's Ice Parlor. Oh man, now I'm curious. Man, I haven't had an ice cream sundae since I was like maybe in college, maybe a little bit before then. Like I've had like ice cream, but never like an actual like I haven't had an actual sundae in a long time. You know, surprisingly, I've never had a banana split in all my life. Like, I keep seeing it on the menu, and I keep seeing, like, it in, like, cartoons and thinking, oh, like, oh, that sounds like it'd be really good. But I never actually had, I never actually had a banana split. Ice cream parlor? So is it an ice cream parlor called Leatherby's? Need to change that? Yeah, I need to get a banana split at some point. Hey, maybe like I'll make that like my birthday treat this year. I'll try banana split. Yeah, like that's the thing. Like the reason why I haven't had a banana split is because I just felt like it's a hassle. Like I feel like how do I even eat that? Like what if the banana's frozen? What if I like can't get my spoon through it? What if the ice cream melts it and like the banana gets soggy? So it's just like I don't know. Like for me, I guess it's also like a texture thing where it's like is banana gonna be a good texture with ice cream? Like, is a banana cold enough? Is it frozen? Because I love frozen banana. When I was a kid, we would freeze bananas, and then we would eat it with chocolate syrup, and it was so good. I remember the first time I had a banana split, I threw up. Was it because you ate too much of it, or was it because it was nasty? Because that's what I'm worried now. Like, am I not gonna like it? DQ banana split. Yeah, I heard Dairy Queen does have like really good banana splits, but I've only ever had like blizzards from Dairy Queen. Or I actually no, I've had their ice cream cake before. I think I just had too much. I was really young at the time. Yeah, that's fair. When I was young, I was notorious for overeating and then throwing up because I was a kid. You know, like as a kid, you don't have self discipline to be like I'm full. I should stop eating. Especially if like it's confusing when your parents are like trying to teach you that message of like, hey, don't waste food because you know food is expensive and we don't make a lot of money, so don't be wasteful. I'm like, okay, I won't be wasteful, but also portions in America are so big that as a kid, I'm overeating, and now I'm like overeating, getting sick, and then I'm being like scolded for throwing up, even though I was the one who was told not to waste food. So what do you want me to do? But yeah, there was this pizza place growing up that I really loved going to. That I was kind of known for as the kid who threw up because that was kind of like our go-to pizza place because it was cheap. It was close to my parents' work, and I think kids ate free there. So like even though my parents were embarrassed that I kept throwing up there, they still took us there because you know they didn't make a lot of money, and it was a cheap way to feed like all your kids. Has anyone had banana ice cream or Cold Stone ice cream? I've had banana ice cream. Like by Cold Stone ice cream, do you mean like ice cream from like Cold Stone Creamery, or like ice cream in general that's like served, or not served, but like prepared on a cold stone slate, so that way it doesn't melt. Because we were also talking about like how we went to a Cold Stone. I think I told you this story, Kelly, about the Cold Stone that sucked because they used too much xanthan gum with the pre-made mix that they got. So when they would churn the ice cream mix, they used too much stabilizer, and it tasted like I was licking cement, and it was so nasty. And it was like a seasonal flavor too. It was like gingerbread flavored, and it was just it wasn't ice cream. It was like frozen custard. Like it was too much stabilizer to the point where it tasted like frozen custard, but not good frozen custard. My dad used to be like that with me, but he stopped after I cried over a bowl of microwave mac and cheese. I ate a lot of microwave mac and cheese as a kid as well, like the Easy Mac. It's it's good. It's cheap and it's good, and it's like anybody can prepare it. You just microwave it for like 3 minutes with like the lid half open, you know, and you're good. It's not quality food by any means, but I mean it's nostalgic. Like I loved the Easy Mac growing up. What's really good is if you take Easy Mac and then you put like you get like Shin Ramyeon or like what is it, like Samyang, like any kind of like the spicy like kimchi ramen, and you take that powder and then you put it into the mac and cheese. It's really good. Doesn't even have to be microwave mac and cheese. It can be like stovetop mac and cheese. Really good. If you couldn't tell by like my weird food experiments, I was a latchkey kid growing up. So I had a lot of time to experiment with like different cheap like foods, just mix and match. Yeah. It's like, hey, you got home from school, you're hungry, and like, yeah, I gotta prepare your own snacks, so there you go. Let's see. Oh, right, the barn is finished, so I can probably go. You don't remember what you ate? Oh, I remember so many things that I ate as a kid, and it was all very unhealthy. I would take like bread with like sliced cheese and sliced ham, and I would take butter and I would put it on the bread, and I would make butter, ham, and cheese sandwiches, and they were pretty good. I would also take oh god, like I don't know if anybody knows like the Totino's party crust pizza. I would microwave that, and then I would take the ramen packs, and instead of cooking the ramen, I would take like the raw ramen, and then I would crunch it up, and I would sprinkle that over the pizza, and it was so good. It would be like cheesy with like a crunchy ramen texture on top. It was so unhealthy, but I mean, I was a kid. I made do with what I had lying around the house. Alright, I'm gonna go buy a cow after I sell this grapes. Yeah, I mean, I don't do any of that anymore because I am a lot older now, and eating like that would wreck my stomach because my stomach is a lot more sensitive than it used to be when I was a kid. So I can't really eat foods like that anymore, but man, do I have good memories of the foods that I ate. Alright, cool. Are you open? No. God, her hours are so weird, and I don't have them memorized. Like certain days, like she'll be like at like the market doing like, I think like jazzercise or something with like the rest of the town. Sometimes she'll be having like her little like hookup with like the mayor. Sometimes she'll just be walking around. It's so hard to really know her schedule. She's a busy person. All right, backpack, 2,000 gold. Yes, I'll do it. I will do it. That'll help so much. Let's see. Apple tree, peach sapling, apple sapling. This is the fall. Fall is coming up though, in half a month. So do I want to go ahead and get the summer tree? Do I want to get the peach tree? Orange tree. Takes 28 days to produce a mature orange tree. Takes 28. This is all 28. Okay, yeah. I need 4,000. I don't have enough. Okay. Apple tree will be my next priority because it's already going to be like well into fall when that matures. So I think that'll be my next objective. And then after that, I will... No, actually, no. I need to see how much the silo costs. Man, there's so many options. This game is just packed with content. And it's all about just planning it the way that you want to based on your priority of how you want to build your farm. Ooh, snow peas. Or sweet peas, not snow pea. So now I gotta go back to Robin's and see what it'll take to buy a silo, and if I already have enough for a silo. And then I'll just stockpile hay in it. I'll buy like 50 hay or something and I'll just put that in there. Oh my god, you're not even open either. Should I just explore the mines today? But then my weapons aren't good enough to do that. Maybe I should have bought the catalog to see what everything costs. Decisions. There's so much to do in this game. Hey, if I can juggle all this, then I can probably juggle Genshin Impact pretty easily, right? If I can think my way through Stardew Valley. Is that like the standard? If you can play Stardew Valley, you can play Genshin? Water the plants. Maybe TBH, yeah. Yeah, I don't really know anything about Genshin either. So I told Ben that I was gonna start playing Genshin. All he had to say was, "I'm so sorry." That's all he had to say about that. So I don't really know what I'm in for. That the fandom can be crazy? Yeah, I feel like that's with any fandom though. Like any fandom can have like extremes. Oh yeah, totally. Do you play Genshin? I'd totally be down if you want to play Genshin. Oh no, it's 12:50. I don't want to sleep. I'm a noob at it though. Yeah. I mean, I know we have a lot of people who are like veterans at Genshin who are like willing to like walk me through it as well. Genshin is very time-consuming, money-grabbing game. Oh, okay. I probably won't really spend any money on it, and I probably won't. I mean, I'll play it consistently, but I don't think I'll really ever play it off stream. I think I'm gonna try to make it a point to only play it on stream because I don't want to get addicted to it. Like I don't want it to end up being like all my free time off stream is going to playing Genshin as well. I'm a massive whale in Genshin. Yeah, any help, you know, if you want to like walk me through how to like go through the secrets or like how to level up faster or anything like that, that'd be great. I'd very much appreciate that. Oh, is it Lionel? Is that your name, Lionel? Linus. Have you come to... No, I haven't come to ridicule you. I think you're a genuinely cool person because you teach me how to forage and I want to get to know you better. Like, Linus is hands down one of my favorite characters in the game. I just wish he had more self-confidence. I thought he was naked for a sec. No, he's wearing like a sack that he made out of like fabric that he like got out of like garbage cans and stuff. Like he teaches you how to forage and like all your like foraging level up, like picking stuff like up like this, going through garbage, like fishing. He helps you a lot with that, like as you level up. But yeah, I think like his backstory, I think you kind of find out as you level up your social links with him, that you find out that like, oh, like even my clothes, like I made it myself out of what I found in the garbage because I'm just very resourceful. And like he does like dumpster diving a lot too, and you can find some cool stuff in the garbage. Like I found a blueberry tart and I sold that for a lot of money. I don't know anything about it, but we can figure it out for sure. Oh yeah, like yeah, if you definitely want to do that, like because I know people like in the chat know a lot about Genshin, and they'll be pretty helpful resources as we get into it. I kind of joke that like I'll play until I can pull Kave and then I'll just stop playing because then I'll have done my job. But no, I'll try to get as far as I can into Genshin. Like we'll take breaks from it here and there because there are other games that I also want to get to that we'll probably do like in between. But I'll probably try to do Genshin like every week, if not every other week. Okay, and that's the greenhouse. That's not gonna be... The little sprites rebuild the greenhouse, but it's not gonna be for a while. Let's see. I guess I could just go to bed. Did I pet the cat? Where's the cat? I want to make sure I pet the cat. Where are you, kitty? I forgot what I named my cat. Where'd you go? There's Chicago. I'm so mad they replaced Kava with Noelle in the 4.4 banners. Like, I love Noelle, she's a sweetheart, but how can you replace Kava with her? So does that mean I just can't pull Kava anymore, or does that mean that's like, it's gonna be more difficult to pull Kava? Cause Salix tried to explain it to me a bit, and I completely forgot, to be honest. I can't get into Genshin because like I'm slow and don't understand how to do one mission or something. Yeah, that's what I'm worried about as well. I have no idea who any of these people are. All I know is Kaveh, but that's because Ben voices Kaveh. So that's the only way. That's the only reason I know the character. But that's why I'm hoping like by playing this game, I can get familiar with what everybody's talking about and start understanding it. Ben's Discord was on fire when we also know all on there instead of Kaveh. Oh yeah. I can imagine that was like that was kind of like a frenzy. Basically, you can pull Kava at any time, but certain characters have higher rates. Oh, okay. So I guess as time goes on, it's going to be harder and harder to pull him. Like, unless they like come out with an event that makes him more relevant, I guess, to the storyline that they're trying to push. Yeah, I can't find the kitty. I don't know if I pet him. Oh, he's all the way in the top corner there. Oh, you sneaky devil. Oh, there you are. Yeah, I already pet him. But still, it's always cute finding all the little spots that he naps in. No, you can't. I believe it's standard, but there are 3 4-star characters on each banner rotation, and you're more likely to get one of those. Ah, okay. I see. Well, I'm not gonna give up. I'm determined to pull my boy. I want to be a good friend. Alright, pet the chickens. It's almost been a year, so he should be in a banner soon, maybe 4.5. Oh, okay, so it's just on rotation then. Oh, need to put more hay in the feeder. I also need to eventually upgrade to the auto feeder, but I think I need like to upgrade the coop twice before I can do that. Oh, I also can pull the peppers. So I'll pull out the hay, pet the kitty, clear out some of this, pick up the peppers. Yeah, I don't know. Like if I like do like a random gacha pull in Genshin and I just happen to pull Kaveh like super early, I don't know. I'll do something special for the stream because that'll be pretty hype. Like if I'm able to do that, because with my bad luck, I'll celebrate it somehow. Like maybe I'll do like a Genshin giveaway or something where I like buy Genshin merch and I'm like, hey, like if you want it, you can join this giveaway and then you can win it because we did the thing. Fill up the hay. Put that back. Oh, I have 23. Well, let's see. What can I make with 20 copper or 25 stone? Okay, I'll probably make another furnace. I pulled Kaveh while pulling on the weapon banner last night. I was so excited I forgot to screenshot it. Oh, that's awesome. I know, I think Salix also like had like a random Kaveh pull, and like she was so excited when it happened from what she told me. Like, that's really cool. I hope that happens to me. I'm like, well, I got it. Right when I booted up the game, I guess I can turn it off now and never play it again. But no, I definitely want to see how fun it is, because I love Breath of the Wild and I heard it's very similar. So I think I'll enjoy the game. Clear all that out. Alright, and we'll pay Robin a visit to see how much it costs to build a silo. I wish you all the Kavehs. He's my favorite 4-star character. Thank you. It's funny because I saw that because Salix was showing me a bit of the game on her stream, and she like pulled up the screen and like his little bio thingy, and I saw that it says that he's an architect, which is funny because that's what I studied in high school and college. As I was studying to be like a city planner and like doing like landscape architecture and stuff. So that's like kind of funny that like seeing that I was like, oh, that's really cool. I got Kaveh on Baizu's banner last year. I'm so sad I couldn't get more than C0. I'm not sure what that means just yet, but I'm sure I will find out. I love the story. I love my angsty little guys. Oh, is he angsty? Your grandpa is also an architect? Oh, cool. Small world, yeah. It's funny because I didn't end up becoming an architect. I ended up being a city planner. So I was like pretty much like what I was pretty much doing like the job of what gives architects headaches, because if for architects to build, they have to go through zoning, they have to get like their permits and inspections and all that. And that's just like even before they start building. That's like when they have to get all their plans like reviewed. They have to like see if the land is suitable. They have to do like environmental studies on that land too, to see that is there going to be an environmental impact if you do construction here, and is there going to be a long-term environmental impact for if you build a structure here. So yeah, so I was the one who was like making sure that they followed all the rules, and I had my fair share of architects who were angry with me. C0 is a constellation. You can get up to 7 of one character. I'll make them better in specific. Oh yeah, Salix was showing me a bit of that. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I just want my rainbow boy. Like, do you mean like the gay boy? You just want your gay character? I mean, hey, if there are gay characters in Genshin, I will do whatever I can to pull them, because that sounds pretty awesome. Kaya? So is Kaya like a canonically gay character? Because that sounds pretty hype. He's so fruity. Oh, I gotta see it for myself then. Not confirmed gay, sadly. Oh, those cowards. Those cowards. They're afraid. They're afraid to confirm what we already know. How dare they? I see so much thirst art. No one is confirmed. We can all have our collective headcanon. To us, it's confirmed. We confirmed it. And we, as the fans, have power. Yeah, China is pretty rough with like their media and how they like really want to toe the line. Poking in her gay Genshin. Hi, Salix. It's like earlier when I was lurking your stream and I was like, did somebody say Kaveh? You're like, did somebody say gay Genshin? Wink, wink. I really wish there were, but I think since Chinese company has censorship things, yeah, it's just really unfortunate. It's the same in Korea. It's just Asia in general. Like, I think Japan is a bit more open with it, but Korea as well is especially just like no gay. And I'm like, but yes, gay. And then they're like, no gay. I'm like, okay, but like, how about your openly gay K-pop star Holland, who makes like banger songs that really slap, but also he's openly gay and is like the first K-pop star to actually show like openly like gay relationships in his music videos. And then Korea's like, yeah, but like we don't talk about that. Oh yeah, if any of you are K-pop fans and you've never heard Holland's music before, highly recommend it. He is the first openly gay K-pop star who makes really good music. And his music videos are very beautiful and sad. There are a few that are very heavily hinted. Cough, Hakai, Haikave. Oh, is that a ship name? Haikave. But yeah, they had to even take out a canon Kiss and Honkai Impact Third because of censorship. Oh, those cowards. Yeah, Korea's wild. Like, I remember in the early 2000s, there was a trans K-pop star who was very big. Her name was Harisu. And, I mean, she was very popular. But, like, so it's like, Korea loves what they consider exotic. But when it comes to actually supporting what those individuals stand for, they, like, turn a blind eye to it. And that's, like, one of my biggest criticisms of Korea. Time to get my niece down for bed. Back to lurking. No problem. We appreciate you hopping in to talk about gay Genshin and give us some gay lore. I've been seeing tons of LGBT plus K-drama though. That's wild, or maybe it's not K-drama, but I don't know. I'm not really like in the loop on K-dramas. I watched a lot as a kid because my family watched a lot, but I don't really watch many anymore, especially romance ones. The ones that I watch nowadays are like The Glory, like Squid Game. Or oh god, what's that zombie one? I forget the zombie one. Cause like I think it's called All of Us Are Dead or something. But I could be wrong because like the Korean title doesn't mean All of Us Are Dead. The Korean title is 우리는 학교, which means what about our school, which is a bit of a spoiler. So I guess that's like why they changed the title in translation. But yeah, like that doesn't really like. If anything, some of the K dramas that I saw were like homophobic because it depicted effeminate like male characters as like a joke, as like a butt of a joke. But yeah, but I mean, if the course of K-drama has changed, where they're now like depicting like gay relationships, openly gay relationships, as not like being a butt of a joke, but as like actual serious romance, then yeah, I'd be surprised, but I think that'd be really cool because we do need to see like more depiction in popular media, especially in the East, because too many people like still in Eastern countries are very uncomfortable with it, and they need to kind of be taught that no, like this is okay, like you shouldn't be uncomfortable with this. Yeah, All of Us Are Dead is pretty good. That man can slap me with his briefcase. Which man? What did I miss? Oh, Haikave. I really want more gay relationships. Yeah, same. If we don't see it enough, then people are not gonna normalize it. Alright, so I need copper bars. Yeah, I really like that one episode of Last of Us. Bill and Frank, because in the game they're like viewed as like very toxic individuals who like ended up just breaking up and leaving each other and leaving like very mean-spirited letters to each other. But yeah. Oh, do you mean like the main character, the main actor from Squid Game? He was in the movie Train to Busan. Was he in Train to Busan? Who did he play in Train to Busan? Yeah, just like normalized. If you like seeing like a normalized gay relationship that isn't like stereotype, and it's not like just like flamboyant for the sake of like, you know, like for the sake of like really buttering up the audience. There's a Chinese movie from Wong Kar-wai called Happy Together, and it depicts a toxic relationship, and like the focus isn't even like they're not like saying like, oh, look how like look they're gay, so that means we're so progressive. Like no, like it's actual like just a normal relationship between two toxic people who have difficulty trying to do the courageous thing and do the best thing for both of them and just end things. They always kind of find their way back to each other, and they just happen to be a gay couple. And like it could be like a straight couple and it wouldn't be any different, but it's just a gay couple depicted and normalized, and it's a really good movie. That's the dude that played the dad. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot that he was in Squid Games. He was like the dude who played God, what's that game called? I completely forgot what it's called in Korean, but like you take the construction paper, you fold into squares, and then you slap it down to try to flip it over. That's very popular to play during like the Lunar New Year. I used to play that all the time as a kid, and I would cheat in that game too as a kid. I used to play it in at my church as a kid in my Korean church, and what I would do is I would like there's a fold inside the cardboard square. I would shove pennies and paper clips in there to weigh them down, so that way when you slammed it hard, it actually like it added extra weight and it caused the other to flip more easily because you have metal in there. And I was not fair by any means, but it was fun. He wasn't bad looking at all. Oh yeah, no, he's a handsome guy. Like you can also definitely tell that he takes care of his skin. What is happening in this chat right now? Oh my god. Am I gonna have to spray somebody like with a water bottle? Like send you to a corner? Let's keep the chat kind of civil, cause I know not everybody here is an adult, so I don't want to like give any wrong impressions. It's okay. Like I understand that it's easy to get carried away, but yeah. Oh, do you mean the blue shirt guy in Train to Busan with the pregnant wife? He was by far my favorite character in that movie. He was really cool, and also he was a genuinely good guy. Like he just wanted to make sure that his pregnant wife was safe, and that the children in the train were also safe. It's okay, no worries. It's just funny. Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. So that actor, I actually learned how to eat chicken wings from an interview that he did, because he did an interview where he showed a proper way to eat chicken wings really fast, and to get all the meat off the bone without it being a struggle. So yeah, Train to Busan is really good. If you like zombie films, there's a Korean one on Netflix called #Alive, which is pretty good. It kind of gets campy towards the middle, where it like goes like an obvious route with like one of the like the sub like what parts of the plot. But it's a really good movie. I enjoyed it. I would probably give it 3.5 stars out of 5. We just rewatched it the other night, and my mom cried. #Alive or Train to Busan. Korean revenge films? I've seen a few Korean revenge films. I don't think I've seen a lot. There's one movie. It's not really a revenge film. It's about like a serial murder in Korea that was around like the Korean War, maybe a little bit after. It's called Memoirs of Murder. It's really good. I recommend that as well. It's directed by Bong Joon-ho, who also directed Parasite. Yeah, Memoirs of a Murder is a really good movie. Yeah, #Alive was kind of framed like it would be a series. I was expecting more of it too. But I really enjoyed it. Because I like Korean zombie media in the sense that it's like still kind of fresh. It stays creative, despite it being like a genre that's done to death. Yeah, #Alive I recommend. It's pretty cool. Sweet Home is a really good series. It's based off of a Korean webcomic or like manhwa, which just means cartoon or comic in Korean. So if you want like watch like a show that's based off of manhwa, Sweet Home is pretty good. Let's see what I need to do. I need to buy a cow. That's what I need to do. I also need to make sure how many copper bars I have, because I also need to get my clay, copper bars, stone, and I think wood. I have 2 copper bars. I need 5. So I need more. So I need to go back into the mines. So I'm gonna buy a cow and I'm gonna go back into the mines. Yeah, like Korean cinema is very good. Like especially like in the past 10 years, it has evolved greatly. I highly recommend it. It's just such a good field of cinema to get into. If you want to watch like a Korean drama movie or a Korean movie that's like it's a drama genre that actually has Steven Yeun from The Walking Dead. It's called Minari, which is really good. It's an A24 film, and it's pretty much like goes into like the dynamic of like first generation Korean immigrant family, and then them trying to pursue like the American dream, and like just pretty much the struggles that they go through in order to try to make it work. As someone who watched Sweet Home because of the comic, I was very disappointed, Team H. It was really good, don't get me wrong, but the comic was so much better. Oh yeah, I haven't read the comic, so that might be why. I haven't really seen a lot of the comic, so I only really have the show to go off of. I enjoy the show, but I probably also wouldn't like it as much if I had read the comic first. That's how I kind of felt about Alice in Borderlands. I watched the first season before I read the manga, and then after the first season, while I was waiting for the second season, I read the manga. And the second season was still really good, but it was a bit disappointing to me because I just had higher expectations based on how it was framed in the manga. Even though it's still very similar, it's just a different vibe in the show. So I'm gonna name you Melissa. And then I'm also gonna buy a whole bunch of hay from you. I'll buy 30 hay. I love that actor. Which actor? Oh, the actor from Train to Busan? The webtoon Bastard is also pretty good, and I think it was written by the same author. The same author of Sweet Home. I'm actually surprised that there's like a huge like boom in like Korean mana like on the internet. Because when I was growing up, there were a lot of people making it, but they weren't taken seriously. Like people were just like, oh, like that's like what deadbeats do, you know? Like it's that whole Korean stereotypical perception of like artists don't really do anything. But yeah, like I'm happy though, because like I'm glad that like internet artists like who make their own webcomics can make it big and like find success. Because when I was a kid, the first iterations of like the popular webcomics were like those like short like Korean horror webcomics that, if you remember, it's like the first few panels are just like images, and then it's like a jump scare where like the last one is like either like a video or like a GIF of like something like crawling at you. Those were like the first webcomics that really went viral. The actor for Walking Dead, Steven Yeun, yeah, he's great. I really hope I get to meet him someday, like if he ever goes to like a convention or something, because I would love to meet him and just like talk to him about like the experience of being like an immigrant, like a child of an immigrant in America, like a child of a Korean immigrant, and also like deciding to go into the entertainment industry, despite it being like very taboo among Korean culture. I thought about doing it, but I don't have the talent or diligence to do it. I mean, hey, like maybe someday, you know, it's never too late. And I think the good thing about webcomics is that you can remain anonymous. But you know, it's up to you. Like it's if you feel that like that's not really a path that you want to go, take it out. Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. I accidentally destroyed one of my plants. Writing a book is easier? Yeah, that's true. Wait, actually, I need to give you some hay. I have to make sure that you have food to eat. Because you're a cow. You eat a lot more hay than chickens. Alright, so I'm gonna feed you, and then I'm gonna go into the mines. I also gotta pet you. Did I pet my cat? I'm gonna go check to see if I pet my cat. Okay, do you have enough hay? Yeah, you all have enough hay. I also need to get a milking pail too. I need to grab that from the supplies. Okay, yeah, I already pet you. Alright, I'm gonna head to the mines. I'm just gonna farm copper as much as I can. And that's gonna be my objective, so that way I can get the, what was I gonna build? I was gonna build something with the copper. The silo, that's right. Build the silo. So let's see, so I have, how many bars of copper? I have 3 bars of copper, I need 5. So I need 10 copper. This book I've been reading has been really helpful with novel planning. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I feel like using books is like a great resource to like just kind of get started somewhere to learn like how to structure like the basics of a story. Especially if you want to get started like with writing as like something new. Okay, I'm gonna go down to a deeper floor because there's probably gonna be more copper down here. I'm gonna ignore you. Well, that's good. Yeah, I'm glad that that's been helping you. That's been helping with your writing as well. Because I feel like structuring it, like not even writing it, it's like just having everything like laid out in terms of how you're going to structure it is like probably the biggest part of it. Because before you actually start writing this, like writing it out as like a novel, like in paragraph format, I imagine you gotta like plan the world and then like essentially create like a web chart of like every little thing, like characters, like family trees, potentially all that, and like how they tie into like what the plot's going to be, how they tie into the world. I'm just getting back into reading. I just finished the Song of Achilles last week. I cried all last Wednesday around the last few chapters. I'm glad that you're enjoying it. Yeah, like that's also why art is important, and that includes like literature, because it invokes emotion. Like it's just a way for us to get in touch with our emotions through the stories that are told to us. There are people that just write and plan as they go, yeah. And I feel like when you take that approach, like you either, maybe you get really lucky or you end up with like a mess. Like an incoherent mess. Yeah, planning just makes a revision easier, yeah, I bet. I mean, I feel like if you're also like trying to do like a complicated plot with many twists, having that all laid out before you start writing will probably help in the long run too. So that way you don't have like plot holes, you don't end up like with something that doesn't make sense. Reading definitely helps with writing. Writing is incredibly good skill to have. Oh yeah, for sure. Jasper, I'll tell you right now, you adults may come off like they have all the answers, that they know what they're doing. But I tell you, once you like end up getting a job, you will be shocked by how many full-grown adults are basically like children. They do not have reading comprehension. They do not have writing skills. And then they because they're adults, they have ego and pride. And then they'll make mistakes and they'll blame you for it, and they won't own up to their mistakes because they'd rather put you down than like own up to their mistakes and just allowing themselves to be embarrassed by it for a moment and then moving on. So just get prepared for that. You'll learn how to deal with different people like that. Oh yeah. You like I'm not gonna like assume that like you don't know it already, like just because of your age, because like I know like you've most likely already dealt with it, and it's probably even worse for you because people assume because of your age that you have like low comprehension or low insight, when that's not true. And I feel bad about that too, because even as millennials, as we're getting into like our 30s and 40s, I'm seeing that a lot of people in our generation are forgetting what it was like being at that age and how frustrating it was for people to not take us seriously because they assume that because of our age, we aren't worth being taken seriously, especially like somewhere like Texas. So I feel for you, and I do apologize that you have to deal with that. Yeah, and like that's the thing too. It's like not making sure that a person is okay with being the center of attention before you put them on the spotlight like that. Because it's like, yeah, like maybe it'll like maybe they think that they're doing you like a favor by raising your confidence, like by like like praising you, but like sometimes people don't want to be praised in front of other people. They don't want all that attention on them. Like, if anything, do it in private or just write it on a piece of paper so that way like hey, good job, like this is great work, instead of like making a big deal. Because like I know it's coming with good intentions from the teacher, but you got to keep in mind like that not everybody wants to be the center of attention, because they might get anxiety. It might put them in a panic attack. Oh, I'm gonna die. This isn't good. There's too many of them. This isn't gonna end well for me. Oh my god, coming in clutch. Wow, I actually survived that. I was one hit away from dying. She's made me cry quite a few times though because of the expectations she has of me. I love her though. Yeah, like it's nice. She just probably doesn't realize that she's putting a lot of pressure on you. What? I just finished it, and you're giving me a second wave? No, I'm leaving. That is not fair. How in any way was that fair? Yeah, I mean, hopefully if she's a good teacher in the sense like she can really connect with her students. If it gets to be too much where like you are very uncomfortable with her putting you on the spot like that, maybe worth talking to her in private, and letting her know like that you really appreciate it, but that personally you get anxiety when you're the center of attention and you prefer not to be, and that you're not coming at it from a place of being ungrateful, because you are grateful. You're grateful that she's teaching you and that she's taking the time to acknowledge like what you do well, but that you just prefer that she not do that in such a public setting. Because that's more than okay. Like, you'd be more than justified in doing that, even if it's like writing it in an email to a teacher. Like, I don't know if that's something that's done nowadays, because I know like when I was in high school, it wasn't allowed to email teachers outside of like just through their emails. Like, you have to communicate with them after hours through like the specific school portal, whether it's like through Blackboard or something. But yeah, she's probably one of the best English teachers I've had. I might talk to her about it. Yeah, and if she has any kind of like spatial awareness, she won't let her ego or pride get in the way of it. She'll thank you for voicing it, because if she, I would be shocked if like she took offense to that, because if she did, that just kind of comes to show that she probably shouldn't be a teacher then. I email my teachers about the most random things, like I've sent memes or funny videos on YouTube to so many of my teachers through student-teacher emails. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, when I was in school, we weren't allowed to do that. Like, cause like the school was pretty strict about like how students interact with teachers. And it's cool if that's changed, because like, yeah, like there are a lot of teachers who will do some pretty shady stuff with students. They'll try to protect themselves as best they can to avoid those interactions with students. But I think if there's boundaries set and it's healthy, it's okay to like make your teacher laugh, like for a teacher to laugh with students, as long as the interactions stay appropriate. because it's very clear when an interaction starts becoming inappropriate. Like there's no gray area there. So it's just as long as they know what they're doing, and that they don't take advantage of students. It's better than having their snaps or Insta that admin regularly checks conversations. Yeah, like that's the thing too. Like IT is constantly probably monitoring like their faculty email. And they're probably heavily frowned upon teachers ever giving out their personal email to students. Like that also should never be happening. That has happened, unfortunately, in a few scandals that we've seen, but yeah. Yeah, like there's no reason why teachers should be sharing social media with students until the student graduates and they're no longer a student. Because that was also a general rule at my high school, is that teachers were not allowed to add students on social media until they graduated and they were adults. And that was, I know for the school they only do that for liability purposes, because it's also really messed up if there were teachers who waited until a student turned 18 before having weird conversations with them. Like that's also something that's really not cool. But yeah, and like schools, it sucks because like schools they only care about liability. But all teachers should go like having their students' best interests in mind and keeping things appropriate, and not entertaining anything that would get inappropriate. And really, it's just a case of using your best judgment. Like if you feel uncomfortable, if like by faculty or other students, there have got to be resources that you could go to. I know it can be pretty hit or miss with school counselors because a lot of times they're just trying to cover the school. So hopefully that's much better now than when I was in school. If not, then that's really unfortunate. But that is a system that needs to get better in protecting the students, especially when they're not in school. Because even though if they're not on school property, it's still kind of the the responsibility of like adults to make sure that that their children and students are being safe. I think that's also why we need better funding in schools for like computer literacy and internet literacy, because it's just something that wasn't really common when I was in school, and it's becoming more and more common. And there are a lot of shady people out there on the internet looking to take advantage of minors. I mean, just look at all the YouTubers out there who are doing that. And that's also like why I also think it's really cool that the younger generation is being more on top of things with that. Like they're being more aware of those situations when they happen, and they're not gonna fall for it. They're not gonna fall for being groomed. Like they're gonna call people out. They're gonna take it to a resource who can do something about it. So I think we need to really just kind of expand on that more and do better on that as well, and just being there to help keep people safe in our communities. Ooh, what is that? More aquamarine. Got copper ore. I had a media literacy kind of class in middle school, but it was more password protecting stuff. Yeah, and that's probably also why like the teachers that you have in those classes are probably not well qualified. Like I took like a computer like course where it's just like teaching you how to type, teaching you how to use like Microsoft PowerPoint, Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel. And the person teaching it was definitely not qualified. Like it was clear that she did not have like an IT or tech support background. And then like even in high school, like our computer teacher that we had before funding was cut, he also did not have a background in IT or like computer literacy or anything or tech support. So it just seemed like he was just kind of going off of like the Computer for Dummies like book. And I don't know. I think someday if I were to retire, I would like to like be a computer teacher with proper funding, so that way I can properly teach kids like, hey, like here's how you can be safe on the internet. Like, we're not gonna go into it too heavily because I'm not here to scare you. I'm not here to discuss any inappropriate topics, but you know, I can teach you how to use your best judgment and discretion and call out situations where you're uncomfortable and then know how to get out of those situations. Like before they even start, like not going down that rabbit hole where it can get messy. Like knowing to block someone, like spotting red flags to know when to block somebody, or you know, like, you know, keeping your password secure, you know, not falling for like certain scams, like stuff like that. That would all be pretty useful to teach in school, but they don't really make that a priority like they should. And that's like skills that translates as you grow older too, because I find like even in a like in the working world, like with corporations and adults, people do not know how to be secure with like browsing the internet or even with their work computers. They will make really stupid decisions that can cost their company hundreds of thousands of dollars. And if it weren't for their security team, they would probably cause their company to like go bankrupt from all the scams. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like even when I was in middle school and high school, there are too many people who are taken advantage of on the internet, because they just weren't taught. Like they weren't taught how to like properly spot that stuff. And it's like it's a really useful skill to have, and anybody can learn it. Like it doesn't require like, you know, going through like extended schooling for. Like you can take a few classes and learn just a lot just from like taking one course. Which is also interesting too, because like I've just like computer skills in general, because like we're kind of seeing a regression where everything is done on like tablets now and like phones, where you don't really have much need for computers outside of like the working world. So like Gen Alpha, like as you know, they kind of navigate getting older, we're finding that they don't have like certain computer troubleshooting skills that we had growing up as millennials, because we had to figure it out on our own. But because now everything is tablet oriented and troubleshooting on a tablet is a lot easier than troubleshooting on a computer, we're seeing that there are people going into the IT and tech support industry who don't have those skills, or who haven't been taught how to think in terms of troubleshooting to be able to narrow down issues to a root cause and then be able to fix them. So it's really interesting just seeing like how things are kind of changing as time goes on. Like I'm sure it's gonna change again, where we're gonna see like a boom and people learning how to be like self-taught like troubleshooters for like computer issues, and then they're gonna go into the tech force knowing more than what we may even know now. So that would be pretty cool. Yeah, I will say, for anybody who has any interest in like computers and like working computers, you're gonna see like a huge demand within the next 5 to 10 years, as people are leaving like school and then realizing that they didn't learn those skills growing up. And it'll become a very valuable skill to have. Alright, oh cool, I got a cherry bomb. I didn't even realize that I picked that up. Comp sci always has a demand. I feel like, yeah, definitely. But right now, it's the hurting industry. They're doing a lot of tech layoffs, and they have been for the past 2 years. But we're seeing a rise again. So it's kind of like a roller coaster. Like you'll see like a lot of periods of like hiring a lot, and then a lot of layoffs. So it really depends on what industry you're going to. But even like with software developers, a lot of software developers are getting laid off, and that's like surprising. because you wouldn't really expect that. You'd expect, if anything, software development to be a very safe job field to get into, because there's always a high demand for coders. But yeah, we're seeing a lot of layoffs. But yeah, overall, as well, don't worry about like the grades, because really once you get to a certain point in your career, when you're looking for jobs, they don't really care about grades. They care about experience. So you don't really have to, as long as you pass, you don't have to worry about being top of your class, because once you get out there, it's none of it's going to really matter. Because what they really care about is your personality and your work ethic and what experience you have. And grades aren't really going to tell that story. And also, don't freak out like if you go to college and then you graduate and you find out that what you studied is not what you want to end up doing in life. Because it is not fair that our system forces students to make that decision at such a young age. Because you're going to change as you grow older. Your brain's going to still develop until you're like 25 years old. And even then, the way that you view things are still going to change. So whether you're 20, whether you're 30, whether you're 40 or 50, there's no shame in realizing that, what you're doing ends up not being your passion, and then deciding that you want to change to something else. There's really no shame in that at all. That aspect has been a nightmare. Yeah. I will say that once you find doing something that you can tolerate and even maybe enjoy, it gets so much better. And don't compromise that part of yourself. Definitely make use of the connections that you develop as you go older, because it's not always about what you know, it's about who you know. I got into the tech industry. I got into the tech industry because my friend was in the tech industry. Should I sell my soul and get a business degree or something? Nah. It's whatever you want to do. Do what you feel is your passion, and if that ends up not being your passion, don't even worry about it, because things are going to change so much. I went to school for city planning and agricultural architecture and industrial design. I did that for, I did that until I was about 23. So I did it from 19 to 23. So I did that for 4 years of my life, and then I pivoted to something else. And I got lucky, because I realized that earlier on I hated doing government work. I realized that I hated how slow it was, how corrupt it could be. And I'm not allowed to talk about that, but it is very corrupt. Just know that even on the local level, there's a lot of shady stuff happening that you wouldn't think. So I left, and then that's how I got into tech industry. And I like helping people, but I don't like that people can be very big babies when they don't get what they want. So who knows? I like helping people, but at a certain point, I might get to the point where what I love doing doesn't outweigh how much I hate how people treat me when they don't get what they want immediately. And that's okay. I might pivot to something else in the future. And if I do, we'll figure out what it is. But right now, the satisfaction I get from helping people and fixing computer issues outweighs the shit that I get from people who are upset and act like they can throw a tantrum. And that's another thing too. You think that ends once you grow up? No. I feel like adults throw more childlike tantrums than actual children, because they at that age justify money to justify their behavior. And that in itself is just like a whole other topic of issues. But yeah, I'm hoping I don't change in college. I've loved psychology for the past 8 years. It's my hyperfixation. I love everything about it. Yeah, and that's fine. Um, if it ends up being the course that you take, because there are a lot of people who know immediately what they want to do. They have a passion in it. They are really good at it. They excel in it. They go through college doing very well, and then they realize later on that they find something else that they want to do, and that's more than fine. Or they stick with it, and it just ends up being what they absolutely love. Um, like for example, Ben, he knew right away from college that he wanted to be a voice actor. Maybe he didn't know that that would be like his career path. He probably thought that like maybe that's going to be something I do on the side because I'm going to get my degree in something else. Because there are no degrees in voice acting. That's something that you have to have a specialized training in. That's not a formal education through a university. But he did it, and he loves it. He knew like from an early age, I want to be a voice actor, and then he went and did it. And look at him now. Uh, so yeah, like it's possible if you know what you want to do, then yeah, like then stick with it. And if you find that that when you do get to college and that psychology is not what you thought it would be, but you still have an interest in it, and you decide that like, oh, like there's something adjacent to it that I can do, take your time with it. Definitely don't rush it. uh, and you'll end up loving what you do, and that's really what you want. Yeah, like making money is nice, but you can have financial stability and not be rich, but also love what you do, and that's more than fine. I was like, should I just? I've heard that having a degree at all is a pretty good gateway, even if you don't end up working in it. Yeah, it depends on the industry. Um, like for tech support, even if you don't have a degree in computer science, if you go back and get certifications in it, and if you do have a degree in something, that shows them that you're able to stick with something and that you had some form of higher education, but it's not mandatory. Some of the worst tech support agents I've worked with have MBAs, and some of the best are high school dropouts who just decide to get their A+ certification and then get their network security certification. So degrees in the end don't really trump experience. If you have a specialized focus that you want to pursue that doesn't require a degree, you can go after certifications and it'll be a lot cheaper and not take as much time. Because I also believe to an extent that college is a scam because they force you to pick something. And if you don't know, even if you do know what you want to do, they require you to take core classes, which has nothing to do with your major, just so that they can keep taking money from you. Because if you already know what you want to do, and if you like apply yourself and stack yourself with doing like 18 to 20 course credits a semester, you can probably graduate within 2.5 to 3 years if they didn't make you stay extra just because of their own regulation to try to take more money out of you. Oh, Grumpy Smoke, thank you for joining in. Yeah, we are ranting about what society tells us we need to do with going to college and then how to be a productive member of society. Because yeah, a lot of it is a scam and they don't want to tell you it's a scam. But Jasper, if you know absolutely that that's what you want to do, you go for it. We all of us here, we support you. We want the best for you, because, like you said, it's a hyperfixation of yours. You've known from early on that that's what you want to do, and don't let that passion die out. If you absolutely know what you want to do, don't let the world like tell you that you can't do it. You can definitely do it. And if you decide that psychology isn't what you thought it would be, there's no shame in that. You can figure out what you want to do. It's better to take your time and realize what you want to do in life rather than try to rush it and then regret the decisions that you made. Like I said in a previous stream, I had a friend from Korea who didn't start university until she was 31 because she went to university in Korea, realized that she didn't like what she did there, didn't like her life in Korea. She was also in a toxic and I think abusive relationship at the time, and she just left and went to America, and then just took her savings and then applied for University of America, went all off on her own. And I know it's easier to do it at 31 than say like 18, because at that point you've lived a bit of your life and like have that confidence in how you want to carry yourself in life. But still, it was impressive. Like starting university again at 31, going after what she wanted to do, and she wanted to go into theater fashion, and she did it and she got her 4-year degree, and she was 35 when she graduated. And and I've been, I was always very proud of her, and she was a very headstrong person. She was very passionate and determined. Let's see. I think the college experience is something everyone should get to have because it really is fun. It's so hard to make friends when you're no longer in school. That is true, yeah. And you can make some of your closest friends in life through college. Like I met Ben through college. I met Taylor through college. I met my friend Jeremy through college, and we still talk to each other to this day. And they're some of the closest friends that I've ever had. And that's great. But like, if you don't have the money to go to college and you can't take loans or you don't qualify for loans, there's no shame in that either. Like you don't have to go through college right away. You can go through a trade school or do something else if you want. And then later on, if you decide that you want to go back and, try university, you can definitely do that as well. But yeah, just point being is that you don't have to be in a rush to do it. Because yeah, when I was in university as well, there was a guy there. I mean, he was a dick. I didn't get along with him, but I respected him immensely because he was also in his late 20s starting university. He was a recovered coke addict, and he was getting his life together, and he was trying to turn it around. I mean, granted, he was a jerk, but I mean, he was a very confident guy as well, and he was smart. He got a lot done. I love seeing older students in my classes because college is really good at making you feel like you have no time. Yeah, like college is designed to make you feel like you have to rush everything, but don't feel like you have to rush everything. You can take your time with things. And if you need to take a break from college, you can always drop out for a bit or take a break. Like you could take an extended stay or extended leave for like a year and then come back, and all your credits will still be there. Your credits don't go away. So even if it's like years down the road, you can go back and then you can finish your credits. Like they're not going to make you redo it if you go to the same university. It also depends on which country you're in, because I know different countries are different. I want to become a psychiatrist because I want to research and specialize in ASD in women or assigned female at birth. I'm sorry, what is ASD? I'm not familiar with that acronym. Do not pursue psych first. Do not pre-med for love. All that is holy. Pre-med. I don't know about pre-med. Pre-med is very difficult. Because I went to a university that's really well known for the medical research, and even their nursing program was really tough. Like my first college roommate's girlfriend, like she would always come over to our dorm like at 4 a.m. just pissed drunk, depressed because she didn't know if she could handle it, because she was stressed out. And I get, again, it's not always one size fits all. It depends on the university and the program. But if you know that you're going to go into psychology and that's your passion, it is tough going the pre-med route first. So it is something you have to be prepared for, because especially with pre-med, you have to be really good at biology. Autism spectrum disorder. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, yeah, that's also a field that my wife is very passionate in, because there aren't any really proper ways to detect autism and early on in people who are assigned female at birth. Because that's what's also interesting to me, because I didn't know this, is that like really most, if not all, of the tests that we have in our medical system to detect if you're on the spectrum early on, is that they use it from a male perspective or assigned male at birth perspective, and that's really not a one size fits all, because it's going to be different, because the brain chemistry is different between boys and girls, and the way that society teaches us to develop is very different. So it's not gonna be the same. So you can't run the same test and be like, oh no, you're fine, you're not on the spectrum, because you don't talk a certain way or you don't act a certain way, and that's because people who are assigned female at birth from a very early age are taught to mask better than boys are. And also masking is something that comes more naturally, I guess, to people who are assigned female at birth than to men, because that's just how society has shaped their personalities to be. Yes, it is tough, but doing pre-med first to get into the psychiatric field is doing the major legwork first. Going psychology first makes it very hard because you're doubling your work. Yeah, that's a good point. I'm not going to speak on knowing what that path is like, because I don't know. I've never gone down a medical field or psychology. I got a C in psychology, and that's because my friend who majored in psychology and is very good at it tutored me and helped me, and I was able to borrow her notes. If it wasn't for that, I probably would have failed out of psychology, because it wasn't really a course that I took seriously, because it wasn't my focus. It was just required by the university. But yeah, I can definitely see there how doing the hard work first, because pre-med is rough, from what I've been told. That if you're able to do pre-med first and you have a passion for psychiatry, getting the hard stuff out of the way first may be the better route for you, but it also depends on if you know what your focus is going to be. An advisor can be super helpful with that depending on the person. Yes, definitely utilize your college advisor. Your professors, utilize your professors as well. Your TAs, once you're in college, your TAs will be a huge resource, because they're going through it in that moment. They'll be able to tell you firsthand about their experiences because they're living through it. And it'll be fresh in their memory and their mind more than for a professor. Let's see. Psychology and psychiatry, while they sound similar, are very different. One is a mental health practitioner, the other is a full doctor. Yeah, and I believe also with psychiatry, you're able to prescribe medication, so you have to have that pre-med background. Whereas if you're accredited, like a certified therapist, you're not prescribing medication, so you don't have to have that. But if you are planning on doing research in the ASD field, then yeah, you may need to go pre-med. It's so stressful to see assigned female at birth. People tell their stories about how they were diagnosed with 20 different things, such as BPD, ADHD, narcissistic personality disorder, OCD, etc. before they were diagnosed. Yeah, that's also like really wild. And also there's like the whole thing where like the whole medical industry is very misogynistic, and male doctors tend not to listen to femme presenting patients. So that's also not good, because I've experienced that firsthand. My wife has experienced that firsthand. Almost basically any assigned female at birth person or femme presenting person can relate to that, and that's just a whole. I could go on and on about that. Like, that's just so fucked up. Because like as medical professionals, it is your Hippocratic oath. It is your sworn duty to be able to dedicate the time to help people, but you've just been in that industry for so long that you're probably jaded, that you just don't want to hear it, and it just becomes unfortunate because their optimism and their sense of wanting to help people fully is just kind of beaten out of them. Yeah, exactly. We need more. We need more doctors who are not only. We need more women doctors, and we also need more assigned female at birth doctors. I also believe that like we need more trans doctors, like, and more non-binary doctors, because those doctors are gonna take those individuals more seriously. Like when I discovered that I was ace, I went to a psychiatrist about it, and she immediately dismissed it, saying like, "Oh, it's something going on with your biology. It's not in your head. you need to get your testosterone levels checked. You need to get a physical. You need to get a blood test, and then come talk to me. And I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna see you anymore. I don't think I'm gonna come back here. And I did go to a doctor who, yeah, because they wanted to make sure that there was nothing wrong with me biologically that led to me just having a low a libido, like a low sex drive. When I knew, I'm like, no, that's not it, because it's not something that just happened. I've had an idea my entire life that I've always felt different from my peers. Because even in high school, I got made fun of for it, that I wasn't like someone who was really interested in that. And even when I was in high school, I felt like I wasn't really interested in having like a sexual life, but that it was just what society told me that I had to want. So I had to like lie to myself thinking that that's what I wanted, when I just didn't want to be viewed as different and weird. But yeah, it took me like going through a few different psychiatrists or a few different therapists before I found the one that I have now, and she's awesome. I've been with her for like 3.5 years, and she's helped me through a lot of major events in my life. But yeah, can't wait to make my money and help as many people as possible, for real. Yeah, just be prepared that it may not pay as much as you'd think. A lot of these research jobs don't really pay well because they rely on grants, and grants rely on donors. In order to get those donors, you have to like kiss up to them and impress them with your research, and like essentially convince them as to why they should give you their money. But it's a bit of give and take. As long as you're willing to play the game a bit, you can do a lot of good for those studies, because we also do not have enough people in those fields that are willing to do that research or have an interest in doing that research and the funding. And I think it's awesome that you want to go into that with the mindset of helping assigned female at birth people to have a better understanding of the brain chemistry and what they're going through and who they are, so that way they can learn better methods of living a fulfilling life, and maybe even helping society help those be more catered to those, because society is just too catered to neurotypicals and does not really take into account people who are neuroatypical or neurodivergent. And we definitely need to normalize that and essentially have better funding for developing resources for that. Go to sleep for the night, yes. And then tomorrow I will get the silo. But yeah, even doctors that I've been to. Oh, did my stream just crash? No, my stream's still going. I don't know why it said that I had an error on the video player. But yeah, I've gone to doctors, like I've done blood tests, like I get like yearly physicals, like I've gotten like the testosterone level test, and it's all within normal levels. So it's like, no, it's not biology. Like it's not just like something wrong with me, like physically. Like this is just, I know who I am. All right, we need to go to, I need to grab everything else. I haven't been to the doctor in forever. LOL, I would be much more comfortable if the field didn't have that kind of reputation. Yeah, that's true. I feel like I'm also privileged because I identify as like a cis male. So like doctors tend to take me more seriously, which is kind of like something that you don't really, because that's something you don't normally really like have to argue about, especially because like I'm also like considered like what's considered like the healthy BMI, quote unquote. So when there is an issue, doctors are more inclined to kind of like not just write me off. And it's really odd because people don't really realize like how privileged that is, because to them like it's just like, yeah, like doctors should be like that, but it's just not in their realm that doctors aren't usually not like that. So they're just like quick to dismiss, you because of just their own biases. And that's the thing, it's like it's impossible to be in the medical field and not to have biases because you've just seen so many things that, and like you've just been in it for so long that like it's hard not to, and I like, even in my field I catch, like I'm caught doing that too, where I'll just assume that like someone doesn't know how to use a computer, and that like their issue isn't really like a tech issue, it's just them not knowing what they're doing. So I have to like humble myself and remind myself, it's like, no, like they may know what they're doing and it may be a legitimate issue. Like I can't make assumptions, I have to first look at it and then see and then deduce what the issue is. But first I got to hear them out and hear from them and see what the symptoms are. I can't make any assumptions. I love seeing neurotypical friendly brands, or at least brands that recognize and try making an effort to be neurotypical friendly. Do you mean like neurodivergent friendly? Wait, I don't want to give that to her as a gift. BMI so bull, I'm so glad they're starting to use it less. My teacher was talking about how it's pretty off, especially with evolution. Yeah, and everybody carries weight differently. Like, that's the thing. It's like there's no one size fits all. Like, yeah, like there's like a general guideline, but that's not always going to be the case for everybody. Like, because BMI shouldn't be used as like a Bible. It should be used as like a general guideline. That doesn't mean that everybody's going to fall within it, because everybody like carries weight differently. That doesn't mean that like that doesn't mean that they're unhealthy or that they're going to die at a young age. No, you're good. Yeah. So yeah, like I do like that more brands are being neurodivergent friendly, and that they're being a lot more LGBTQ friendly. I just wish that they weren't doing it only for the purpose of making more money. Like a lot of these like companies are just doing it like when Pride Month comes, like they're only gonna put the rainbow on their brand only for that month because they know it's gonna make them money, because that's all they care about. That's why I like seeing like non-profit organization brands that are like neurodivergent friendly and like LGBTQIA friendly, because they're not in it for the money. Like they're in it because they want to help people. Like there's this non-profit organization that Miley Cyrus works a lot with. I think it's called like Happy Hippie or something, and it's a non-profit that's goes towards, I think, like transgender teens who are displaced from their homes because their family kicked them out, and it provides them with shelter and food and also opportunities on careers to help them develop like their future. And I think that's a really cool one. Like that's a really cool brand, because they also have like merchandise and stuff, but all those profits or all that money goes back to the organization and what they fund, because they're a nonprofit. So all the money that they make goes back to the cause that they believe in, and that's what I love seeing. That's what I wish we can see more of. Oh no, I don't want to upgrade my house. Construct farm buildings. Where's the silo? Wait, I don't have 100 stone? I thought I got 100 stone. I have 75. Okay, we're close. I think I'm gonna end it here because it's getting close to 9:30. And I have work tomorrow. So I think I'm just gonna end the stream here. I'm just gonna I'm gonna go back to my farmhouse and then go to bed early, and that'll end the stream then. Thank you so much for everybody who came by. I'm always happy to see the same faces, or not the same faces, but the same names join in the chat. It's always great being able to interact with you all and then talk with you and then just chill with you. That really means a lot to me. And 3 hours, 19 minutes, delicious meal. Yeah. Oh yeah, wow. I've already been streaming for 3 hours and 19 minutes. Wow. That first hour felt like it was like a lot longer, but then it just kind of flew by. Yes, a feast. Especially with all the food that we talked about. But yeah, I will be streaming again on Friday at, let's see, I think at around like 7. I think I'll be starting at 7. and then I'll try to like stream as late as I can, but probably around 11. Oh, thank you, Dooba. is that a Phineas and Ferb reference? Is that a reference to like Perry the Platypus's like theme song? It's always nice having you playing in the background. Your voice is very soothing. Thank you. I'm glad. Because I always didn't really like my voice until like I started like trying to pursue voice acting in college briefly. Because then I had to learn to like get better about like being okay with my voice. So I'm glad that you enjoy it and that you find it as like a calm, soothing presence. That's what I aim for, and I'm glad if I'm able to accomplish that. Dabbing my lips with my napkin, that unearthed a memory, OMG. Yeah, I watched a lot of Phineas and Ferb when I was airing. But yeah, so I will be streaming again on Friday. I don't remember what I said I would stream Friday. I think I said I would stream Majora's Mask on Friday. But since I'm not getting my capture card until Monday, I think I'm just going to do Genshin on Friday. I think we'll just start at like 6 or 7. And then we'll try to just get as familiar with Genshin as we can on Friday night. So I'll post that on the Discord. I'll post it on Twitter as well. That'll be a little change of plans. And Saturday... Oh no, I might do Persona 5 because Persona 5 comes out on Friday. So I think I'll do Persona 5 Friday unless people really want to see Genshin Impact on Friday. Then I can just swap it and then do Genshin Impact on Friday and Persona on Saturday. But I'll leave that up to... I'll probably leave that up to Twitter or to the Discord. I'll post it on Twitter and see what people want. And then just kind of tally those votes. And yeah, I will see you all Friday. I hope you have a wonderful night, and I hope you all have a wonderful Thursday and a wonderful Friday. And I will see you Friday evening. All right, goodbye, everybody.